To not brain freeze?
To undo it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
To help disperse.
It's like I think it's your soft palate though, right? It's like in the back.
That's why it wasn't working too well.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 884, the Duraludon Podcast. That's a fun one to say. MomBrain, will you tell us about Duraludon, please?
Sure.
Everything you could want to know, right there in the palm of your hand.
Duraludon's body resembles polished metal, and it's both lightweight and strong. The only drawback is that it rusts easily. 5 feet 11 inches tall, 88 pounds, both male and female in the category as alloy. Abilities include light metal, which halves the Pokemon's weight, and heavy metal, which, as I'm sure you can guess, doubles the Pokemon's weight.
Thank you, MomBrain.
Mhm.
Great job.
Thanks.
MomBrain's here.
Mhm.
Okay, Kirby's here.
Hey.
Deux is here.
Ooh.
I am here. The one and only Josh Grobot is here. Josh, how you doing? How's life? How's the family?
I'm here to grace you with my presence.
Josh, do you have a family? Besides us?
That's none of your business.
I figured as much. Someone Josh does not consider family. George. George, how are you?
Buongiorno, molto bene.
George, how's your family? What am I getting nudged for? Oh, okay. Sorry, George. Go ahead. You got a family, George?
Yes, they're chip off the old limestone. God.
You know, George, you never cease to impress with your lime-related puns. I've never heard that one from you. And of course, let me say hello to the podcast chat. Let's see who's joined us on this lovely Saturday. Hello to Ice Dilbert, Blinded by Daylight, Highly and Tom, Fluff or Nutter, Kurt Dog, Nico Darunia, I Would Be Nick. I Would Be Nick says, hey everyone, I've been listening every week for around 6 years and have never made it live. This is truly surreal. I am beyond excited right now. Well, this is your time to shine. I noticed your name and I noticed it's a name I didn't think I had seen before, and here we are. Thank you for your 6 years of support.
Yeah, after 6 years.
I have also been doing this live for 6 years. No Blades, No Bows, Dre Gamer, Vachi, 10th Division, Roth, if I didn't say that right. Oh, look at those. Oreos. Ice Dilbert got the Mario Oreos. Oreos. Hello, Gecko Kitsune. And whoever else comes in. Hello, Steel Diver. Are you guys that bought the Oreos? Oh, wait a minute. I can answer this question myself for Ice Dilbert. I was going to say, are you buying them to keep? Or are you buying them to eat? I see Ice Dilbert has a picture of 2 of them. So I imagine one is for eating and one is for, what's the word?
Posterity?
Yes, posterity.
Oh,
I was
okay.
going to say the fancy word, yes.
Yeah,
For what?
Posterity.
Oh, I thought
Usually
you
when I
went
try
on.
and
I
guess-
did say posterity, yes. Sorry, go ahead, Kirby.
Valentine's Day.
I was just going to say, usually when I try to guess the word you're trying to think of, I'm always way off.
Hi, Alternates Liz. Well, you were spot on this
Yeah,
time.
finally.
I was gonna say provenance, but I don't think that's the history of something. So future generations will be able to look at the provenance of your Oreos, but you just bought them now, so there's no. Well, I guess there's a little provenance. They go from Nabisco to the supermarket and then to your house. That's it. Hi, Salamaster Link. Good to see you. Nubby is watching. Kurt Dog has taken a lovely picture. Alternates, I'm very happy to see that our podcast listeners also include their pets in the listening. I hope the pets have a great time listening as well. Lovely pets all around. Our pet, I believe, is upstairs in bed, luxuriating in the hot room. Hot girl summer for Piper. So there's some things I want to talk about before we get into news. Obviously, first things first. I'm just out of it this week. You can probably tell I sound not as energetic or lively as usual. I'm not gonna force it. I'm sure I'll get lively about things we talk about because I love talking about stupid things, and that's all this podcast is. So I apologize for being a Debbie Downer. Let's say a Debbie Downer, but we'll see how the show goes. I am very happy to be here, though, of course. There was something else. Oh, thank you to everybody who reached out after last week's show about the not Twitter, the X conversation about my thoughts on not wanting to give Elon money and potentially making money on Twitter, but having to sign up for on X, but what is it called now? X Blue? I don't know. You guys, hi William George. You guys sent a lot of comments my way, not just through the site, but through emails as well, and like really detailed, well thought out discussions about it. So I really appreciate you guys taking that stuff so seriously, and giving me your input. I haven't made a decision what I'm going to do yet, but I just wanted to know that I wanted you guys to know that I really appreciate all that. Steel Diver, we do have a Tesla. We lease a Tesla, but we did it before Elon made his crappiness well known. It was right at the edge, or right at the beginning of him being more open with his crappiness.
Yes, it could have been labeled as just eccentric.
Yeah.
At
It
that
wasn't like any
point.
of the real bad stuff. It was just like, oh, Elon's a little weird. And then like 3 months into
He's
us
just got
leasing the
Asperger's.
Tesla, we were like, oh no. And then after that, it just became worse. But like we said, we have that magnet on the car that says we bought it before we knew how bad he was.
Mhm.
So we're trying. We can't just dump the car and get a new one. But when this lease is finished, we will not be getting another Tesla. We are embarrassed to drive it, but it's good for the environment, so that's good.
When you get a new car eventually, can we, for clicks, drive this one off a cliff or something?
Well, since it's leased, I'm going to say no, but we could maybe steal one and do that.
Okay.
Or we could meet up with Toonses, because Toonses loves driving cars off cliffs. So maybe Toonses has a Tesla. We could do that too.
That cat that drives?
That's right, from SNL.
So wait, quick question. So the site is called X, but posts are still called
I'm
tweets?
so happy about this. No, you ask me all your questions and I will answer them. Number one, yes, the site is called X. Do you have another question?
Oh, well, the rest of my question was, they're still called tweets, right?
No. Would you like to know what they're called?
Well, I had an
Oh,
idea of
God.
what they should be called.
Okay, you tell me.
X-clamations.
That's better than what they're called. They're
Nice.
called X's.
Oh.
Yep.
Wait.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this real?
Yes.
Twitter's not called Twitter anymore?
That's real, yes.
Oh, you didn't know? Okay.
I can't.
Oh,
believe- I
Alternates
must be
Liz,
in a
that-
cave or something.
That's amazing. Alternates Liz said
It's
they should be
real?
called Zeets. No, this is real. Hello, Tony De La
Zeet.
Mancha. And Tony De La Mancha says they're called Zexts. That's great. Yes, if you go to...
So he's a very creative mind. Elon
yes,
Musk.
he's been wanting to call everything X since before his PayPal days. And he's obsessed with it.
Yeah, one of his kids has like a space
Alternates
alien
Liz
name
is
or
telling me
something.
again they're called Zeets. I have not heard that they're called Zeets. I specifically saw
I kind of
Elon...
want him to be called Zeets.
I specifically saw Elon reply to someone asking what are tweets called, and he said they're called X. I was going to say, I found out today that T27 Duck, the guy who does the back end of the site, has gone and changed our Twitter logo to the X logo. And the button on
Nice.
the back end of the site now says X's. So he's on top of it. I mean, I am like T27 Duck in a sense that X is what it's called, so I will call it X. X is stupid. I believe X is stupid. I think it's a bad name, and I don't think it was thought out at all. Don't mix that with me using X. I'm just saying X because that's what it's called. So,
Hey, you call GIFs GIFs when I guess they're supposed to be GIFs.
well, that's a pronunciation thing.
Oh, okay.
And this is like a literal name. You know, it's like Crick or Creek or Mario or Mario. So I do know.
Water
Hi,
or
on the Sons of
water.
Beaver Housing. Good to see you. Hi, Nintendo. We understand. It's okay. Love having an app on the home screen of my phone that looks like a porn site. Yep, that's another thing. There was something about that. I don't remember where it is. Somewhere in Europe, they are not allowed to use X because of the X branding. There's some rules or regulations, like it's just they're not allowed to use it. So, and Meta owns
It's a
X.
sexy letter.
Yeah, wasn't there? Wait,
Meta owns X for some copyrights and things.
Wasn't there a
and
problem in some country because of like pornography laws or
yes,
something?
yes, that's what it was. You're exactly right.
Okay.
Although Fluffernutter says X going to give it to you, so that is a
What?
good point. That is a good point. So yes, So now instead of saying I tweeted a tweet on Twitter, you say I
X'd
X'd an
X
X
on
on
X.
X. Yes, there you go. Look at all the X's I X. So
I X'd X.
hi, cumulative.
You got to say X, not
I went on
X
X to X X. And people, we don't like them anymore or heart them. We X them. I made that one up, but I'm sure in a couple weeks. Also, it was funny that Elon was renaming it X, and he was removing the Twitter sign off of the Twitter building. And they got halfway done before the cops came by and are like, you can't just do this stuff. You got to get like the permit and the clearance to do outside renovations on the building. So it was just twee for a little bit on the side of the building.
Man, this has been a disaster from the beginning.
Yeah,
And like when it was clear that
kind of hilarious.
when it was clear that he made the offer to be a big man and then tried to rescind it, and it was like, oh, his heart's not in it, obviously. Like, we knew that, but
Yeah.
now the whole public knows for sure.
Yeah.
And then he has to buy it. So then every decision he makes from then, you're kind of like, he doesn't know what he's doing or care. And it seems like, what is this?
Well, the continuing question is he that dumb, or is he actively trying to drive it into the ground? Which one is it? I honestly think it's the first one. He's just that dumb. They're talking about how he wants X to be like the center of the internet, the focus of the internet. So it's going to be like,
I mean, it
as
was
we
for a
referred
while.
to before, tweets, but it'll be X's and for commerce and for videos. And so he just wants it to be everything, and everybody else is like, how about not ruining the one thing that it was, because now you're making it worse than what it was, and now you want to add all these other things to it. So it is what it is. We don't need to talk any. I'm sure we'll have a little bit to say about X every week for at least a few weeks to come, because everything changes every week. So who knows? But more importantly, William George took a picture of their meatball sub after the sandwich talk that we had last week, and it
Meatball
is
sub.
a behemoth.
Oh,
Look at
wow, that's a
that.
thick boy. Yeah.
Look at that. That is a meal. That's a weekend meal, my friend. Ice Dilbert says, I thought X is 10. In some places and ways of talking, it is 10. Yes, but
It's a Roman numeral.
what
For
is
10.
what does X mean to Elon? I don't know, but his life is all about X. Children named X, every business named X, SpaceX. We X on X now, so
oh my God.
it's great. It's great.
I don't know. I'm
You
all
take
laughed
something
out.
that's like so synonymous with online culture and has become like, like Google became a word. People use Google as just a word. People were saying tweet and Twitter as words, or tweet specifically. No one's gonna say X. They X'd something like X. Whatever. We could talk about this all day, but we won't. Moving on. Yes, to more important topics. Friend of the show, Alf. Thank you. Yes, Alf. Who saw the Alf news?
I saw him in a commercial.
A new commercial.
Mhm.
Yes, Alf is in a whole new line of commercials now, because
Oh.
Ryan Reynolds has some kind of TV network. It's kind of like Pluto. So it's a whole bunch of free stuff, but they get sponsors. So you see ads, you'll see regular ads, but you'll see ads specifically made
Do
for
I
this
have Tubi?
network. And all of them have Alf, and Alf is talking about different products. There's a whole, on Ryan Reynolds' YouTube channel, you can see a compilation of all the new ads with Alf, and it's Alf and some guy sitting in, I don't think it's supposed to be Alf's house, but it looks very similar to the house from the sitcom. And it's just very classic style ads, and I'm all about it. I'm happy to see Alf back. If Alf wants to tell me about Mint Mobile, which is also a Ryan Reynolds company, fine by me. I don't care.
I thought he sold that.
He
Or-
may have sold it, but I'm sure he would
remember
still do
hearing that.
advertising for
Okay.
it. So. But yes, we're very happy. I tweeted Alf.
So Alf is back,
Congratulations. Oh, I'm
baby.
sorry. I X Alf. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I sent a X to Alf, and yeah, I watched all the commercials, and I was like, you know what? This feels right. It feels nice to have Alf back. I'll take any Alf I can get, and also this network will be showing Alf as well. like the original show in its entirety.
okay.
So you can watch classic ALF. You can see these new ALF bits and well, let me think of how I want to say this. ALF is much older now than he was back when his show first debuted, but he sounds exactly the same. The voice has not changed at all. Normally people get older and their voices change a bit. I guess aliens, when they get older, their voices don't change, or at least
his race must have different, because isn't Chewbacca like hundreds of years old or
yes,
something?
that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be one of those situations, but he sounds great. So congratulations to ALF. Like I
They
said,
have
friend of the
superior
show.
lung capacity or something.
Very happy to see him out there getting some new work.
Maybe it's the all cat diet. Maybe we Piper.
And I believe the cat in ALF was a tabby cat, right?
Was
Was
I don't even remember
delicious.
the cat's name.
I don't remember it. Not important. Don't need it. Just need to eat it. And then finally, our last story. I brought this up for you specifically.
I'm excited.
So remember last week where Mr. Grubb was talking about something Zelda coming around,
How could I forget?
and you were like, "Would this be Oracle of Ages and Seasons?"
Oh no,
because
that's right.
you were like, because we already knew those were coming, and I was like, I that would be crazy if it was it, because like you said, we already knew that was coming. So why would he be like something Zelda this year? Oh, it's the thing you already knew was coming.
yeah, it wouldn't be that.
So Nintendo tweeted out, spoiler alert. I'm sorry, Nintendo X.
Man,
That said,
it just rolls right out.
Oracle of Ages and Seasons were added to the Switch Online Game Boy Color collection. So if you have the Switch Online membership, you can play both those classic games now. Mr. Grubb replied or X'd this. He re-X'd it because he
Oh yeah.
re-X'd.
He double X.
And he said, like I said, I
He
shared
quote
everything I
X'd.
heard, which was, quote, something Zelda, but not Tears of the Kingdom, end quote. It was probably this. I legit don't know and never claimed to know. Yeah, we did hear about Oracle games coming before, so there's probably something else, but I don't want to get everyone's hopes up again.
Wait a
So
minute.
he's made a giant mess. It's a giant mess.
I don't understand.
The old Grubb Flub, if you will.
Here's my thing. When he says something like he did last week, does he know more and won't tell us and can't tell us, or does he just know the blanket Zelda? Because like if he knew it was these coming this week, why say anything?
Well, he clearly, by this statement, did not know that, because he's saying it was probably this. I legit don't know and never claimed to know. So
if
he
he
just
never
got a
claimed
blanket
to
Zelda.
know, what were we reporting last week?
He never claimed to know what it was, but he claimed to know that something was coming Zelda related, not Tears of the Kingdom. Just everyone.
Congratulations, Grubb. You had a 365 chance to get a thing right. Oh, I'll say it too. Zelda's coming out this year. I mean, who wouldn't get
But
that
here's
right?
the other thing. He said this. Why would no one thought he meant Oracle of Ages and Seasons? Because that's the thing everybody already knows.
Right.
Why would that be the thing you're hinting at? Like,
Yeah.
okay, here, how about this? Grubb goes, I hear something's coming this year, Zelda related, and it's not Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe it's related to Oracle of Ages and Seasons coming out. If he said that, you're in the clear. But he's like, I heard something Zelda this year, not Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Even if
No one thinks Oracle Ages and Seasons because we all know that. We know those are coming. But again, he went on X and did a X.
Oh
Thank you.
man.
Said, like I said, I shared everything I heard, which was, quote, something Zelda, but not Tears of the Kingdom, end quote. It was probably this. I legit don't know and never claimed to know. Yeah, we did hear about Oracle games coming before, so there's probably something else, but I don't want to get everyone's hopes up again.
Man, Grubb is starting to lose ground again with me.
Then somebody else says, that speculation is as big as saying Nintendo's making another Zelda game. It's cool, but got to be careful about rumors. Grubb responds by saying, I've been clear. It's on everyone else if they turn it into that.
Oh man, I love this. Yeah, when they
Shifting
put it
the
on us,
blame.
too. It's the
Yeah,
best.
you know.
that really makes people start to love you.
Mr. Grubb I know
Is
you
Mr. Grubb a disdained man? now?
follow. Let me double check. Yes, we follow each other on
Let me double check.
X.
Yes, he is a disdained
Let me
man.
check the list.
We
Yes.
follow each other on X. I appreciate your support. I do not think you're a bad guy. I do think this is murky waters, and I am surprised after what happened last time. This is happening somewhat again. Yes, I understand the internet has takes things and runs with it. I understand
Don't at
the
me
ball
on X.
rolls, and you're not involved in all of that. I get it, but it's like everyone's favorite president, George Bush, said, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Oh, that George
The
Bush.
fooler can't be fooled again."
Fool me once, you're not going to fool me again.
What I'm saying is, this is the second time, and I'm like, I don't know. I think it's too fast and loose with it. I'm a little surprised. I don't think you're a bad guy. This is not me crapping on you. If you'd like to get in touch and we could talk, that's fine. I'll be happy. If you think I'm taking something out of context, please correct me. I'm not out to be one of those internet trolls. I'm not out to be one of those people that poops on you. I'm not out to be one of those people that says, "Don't ever trust this guy. He's a liar. He's trying to screw you over." I don't think any of that. I do think this situation is a little, let's say, snafu, but I'm willing to hear more if you want to talk. Not out to cause you any headaches or stress. I understand what the internet's like. Just sharing my 2 cents. It seems like this situation got a little flubbed, as I said, but there you go.
Or
So
Give
now,
us your sources, and we'll take care of it for you, Grubb.
so now if something else Zelda comes this year, he'll be like, "This is the thing I was talking about." But if something else doesn't come out this year, he'll be like, Oracle of Ages and Seasons." That was the
He
thing,
wins
so.
either way. He looks like he got it right either way.
I think he looks less reliable, which is a shame because I do think he gets legit inside information. But I don't know. There you go. So I just want to bring that to your attention because Grubb had fallen out of your good graces, gotten back into your good graces, deservedly so, I say.
Yeah, he was back.
And here we are again. So I don't know. Just telling it, just sharing the news as I see it. Now you know. 10 Division says, "Give Capcom the next 2D Zelda, get the band back together." That would be cool. If they did another 2D Zelda, yeah, let Capcom do it. Capcom's riding high, baby. Their stock is way up. Everybody's talking about how they've had 12 years of growth consecutively.
That's
So
a good
wow.
question.
they're living it up. Capcom is saying, yes, you're right. You're exactly right. Capcom is saying they got some game coming. I think they said in the next 2 years or something that's gonna be a multi-million seller. But they stress that it's brand new. It's not tied to an established Capcom franchise. So
How do they know it's going to
Alright.
be a multi-million seller?
they're very confident in it. I don't know. We'll find out together. But yeah. So Capcom's living the dream right now. Everything's going well for them. Everything's coming up, Capcom. And that's all we got for pre-news talk. Let's get into real news. Kurt Duck says, "How is he less reliable when all he's doing is relaying info? Don't kill the messenger." As I say, we would never kill you, Kurt Duck. Less reliable in a sense that when he says, "Hey, this thing is coming," then he can just attribute whatever he wants to that thing. Because as we said, everybody already knew Oracle of Ages and Seasons was coming. And he's like, "Something Zelda's coming and it's not Tears of the Kingdom." It's a little disingenuous to be like, "Oh, it's Oracle of Ages and Seasons," unless it isn't Oracle of Ages and Seasons. So playing both sides of the fence. Like, I don't like that. It should have been like I said, he should have said last week, something not Tears of the Kingdom is coming. I don't think that's Oracle of Ages and Seasons, but it could be, but he didn't say any of that. So that's just our position, I believe, unless others at the table feel differently. Again, don't think he's a bad guy. But when he says things from now on, I'll be like, should I post this? Because his track record? I don't know.
Do you think he could have maybe it
Track?
slipped his mind that Oracle of Ages and Seasons were coming out, and when he made the statement, he didn't think to say, but it could be this, those two. I mean, he probably just wasn't thinking about it, right?
Sure,
But
if
my,
that's the
my
case.
problem is when then it comes out what the actual truth is, then he's like going after the audience like they're the ones that's kind of wrong. And it's like, dude, just say you made the mistake. I should have said, except I didn't know. Could
The first part of your statement is fine. If that is the case, then yeah, next week be like, I honestly forgot these things were happening. It's my fault. That's fine. Then
I don't
wouldn't.
think
Then
that's
I'd
a big
feel,
deal
yeah.
if he were to say that.
Yeah, no, not at all. I completely agree, but that is not what happened. So here we are. But again, no hate towards Grubb at all. Just when he has rumors, I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know. All right, now news. Let's do it for real.
Time for the news. Time for the
All aboard,
news.
everybody. It's time for the news. MomBrain, you may appreciate this story. All right, that's enough. You are a teacher. You have to wrangle students from time to time or all the time. Well, perhaps there's a new way of doing it that you haven't considered, known as the Pikmin method. There's been some chatter on social media in Japan. Chatter? About Pikmin and parenting. Because this one parent decided to use some Pikmin tactics to get their kid to pay attention. This Japanese parent says, my 4-year-old son always tries to wander off when we go shopping. So I told him, you're a Pikmin, and mommy is that one that the Pikmin follow around. It works so well. He follows my steps perfectly while squeaking like a Pikmin. Thank you, Nintendo. This one's going to work for a while. And other parents were like, oh, this is a great idea. So they started trying it, and they're like, this is exactly what we needed. Now our children are paying attention. We just likened them to Pikmin, and now they pay attention. I'm sure that will work for, like this guy says, a while. But a couple months down the road, the kid's not going to be a Pikmin, or they're going to be like, I'm a individual Pikmin, and I do what I want. And then you just put them up for adoption.
That's when you sell the child.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's gonna go through, like, if you're in the store, it'll like drink all the juices and stuff and be like,
Nectar, mommy!
It's gonna
Yeah.
come to you carrying like a gallon of milk over its head.
Drinking out of like a mall fountain or something. Now I'm stronger. Yeah, exactly.
Don't you use a whistle as Olimar?
Yes.
So the Von Trapp
But
children.
excuse me, it's not Olimar.
Oh,
Thank you. You make your own captain this time.
well, I'm just saying that the Von Trapp children were the original.
What you're saying is Pikmin
Them.
was inspired by that is The Sound of Music.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, the father blew the whistle, and each kid had their own whistle, and he'd blow it, and they'd come down and line
You
up.
heard it here first. Pikmin inspired by Nazis. We're gonna go with Nazis.
The Von Trapps weren't Nazis.
That's what they want you to think. Watch the movie closely.
Von
Watch it.
Trapp sounds
It's a real
pretty
story.
evil.
I think Von Trapp was a double agent.
I said watch the movie closely.
That was a deleted scene.
Yeah, the commentary on the DVD talks about how they're all actually Nazis. So parents, if you're looking for a way to control your children, if they know what Pikmin is, then maybe you can use this, and it'll give you a few weeks of rest, or at least easier parenting. But what do I know? I'm not a parent, and I'll never be a parent, and I don't want kids, and I'd let my Pikmin die, if you get what I'm saying. Human Fart says, this is a great idea. Hope mom plays better than me. No rewind in real life. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Your kid gets in trouble, like runs into traffic, and you're blowing a whistle. If they don't listen, it's the kid's fault, but you can always make another. So there you go. Well, that's right. That's right. That's how it works. We have a look at South Korea's top 30 Switch games of the first half of 2023. I won't make you guys guess. But normally we get UK, North America in general. We get other places in Europe. We very rarely get data from South Korea, but we have the whole first half of 2023. And we know what games they're buying the most of on the Switch eShop. We'll start with number 10. I won't do the top 30. Number 10, Super Snake Block. So apparently they're big fans of Snake clones over there. MomBrain, your thoughts on Snake?
No.
Okay. Number 9, Fire Emblem Engage. Number 8, Nintendo Switch Sports. Number 7, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 6, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Number 5, Kirby's Dream Buffet. Number 4, Breath of the Wild. Number 3, FIFA 23. Number 2, Just Dance 2023. And number 1, Tears of the Kingdom. So, wow, Breath of the Wild, number 4, Tears of the Kingdom, number 1. And then FIFA's getting a lot of love there. Yeah, the rest of the world loves soccer. I'm sorry, football. And we just, I don't want to say, well, we don't love it. I'm going to say we don't love it. There's pockets of our country that like it, but it just doesn't catch on. Why is it that we don't like soccer?
Well, the games are like 4 hours long. That
Yeah,
might
but
have
so
something
is
to do with it.
football.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean football Americano. Like, I would argue, I know there's a lot of nothing happening in soccer, but there's a lot of nothing happening in football, too. It's like, they run for 15 seconds.
Well, that's why everyone's
genu-
drunk in the stands.
That's generous. They run for 10 seconds and everybody gets together again and lines up on the line. And, soccer, at least there's a lot of running back and forth. They're moving all the time, right?
They never stop.
See?
They're like really crazy athletes. The way they can run back and forth down that field for like 1 or 2 goals a game.
Yeah, we like baseball a lot. There's a lot of standing around in baseball. What do we got? Hockey moves around a lot, right? There you go. Hockey's a mover, but it's not that popular here. Hockey's popular, but it's not like basketball. Basketball, you move around a lot. Not a lot of stopping at basketball.
We're pretty stubborn as a country. I feel like, we love football Americano and baseball and basketball because those are ours.
Yeah, that's
I bet you a lot of it has to do with that. I wouldn't be surprised.
You're right. Cumulative says, I grew up playing those sports in school, so I get restless if I have to sit down for them. I can't even watch the sports. Ice Dilbert's got it. Soccer
Mexico
doesn't have cheerleaders.
versus Portugal.
Soccer don't have cheerleaders. That's right. Does baseball have
case.
cheerleaders?
Baseball doesn't.
Football does. Does soccer have mascots? That's what it is. All the sports have mascots. And soccer doesn't have mascots. This has to be it.
I don't think that's true.
Football mascot.
No, I mean I don't.
Basketball
I think
mascot.
soccer does have mascots.
Name them.
Well, I don't know.
Mhm.
Chuffy the mouse is probably one of them.
I hope he is. Drake says we do. So soccer. Well, I'm talking about American soccer. What do we got? We play soccer, arena soccer. I don't know. Look up soccer mascots, MomBrain. Get on that. Tell me some soccer mascots. Cumulus
Who
says
does Chuffy the Mouse
Yeah.
represent?
Cyril the Swan. Oh, Kurt Dog says soccer has vuvuzelas or vuvuzeldas as they wrote it, which is great.
Or patubas, as we call them in this house.
We do call them patubas.
Ooh.
So South Korea, big into soccer. Like I said, number 3 over there.
Those Premiership League coaches dress real nice. Don't they wear suits and stuff? Maybe our coaches need to start dressing up.
Maybe that's it.
Fred the Red, Stamford the Lion, Filbert Fox, Super Homum Tricolor, Bridget the Lioness, Hoopy the Huddle Hound, Demon Deacon, Junter, Scunny Bunny, Cyril the Swan,
You mean Gunter?
Hangus, H''Angus. That's a cat name if I ever heard one.
Hangus.
Agia
Big Hangus.
Victoria, Broxy Bear,
All right, they got mascots. I take it back. I don't know why we don't like
Chomps.
soccer.
FC
Well-
Bayern Munich Bernie,
Dew was
Freddy
right.
the Falcon, and Rampage.
Dew was right. It's because soccer was not ours to begin with, so we don't like it. Foreign.
Probably.
It's
No,
foreign.
sir.
Probably.
Human Fart says Super Snake Block seems so random, and in the top 10, all the rest I can understand. Probably like there's a major discount on the game or something, and that's why it weaseled its way into the top 10. But I guess we'll never know. Maybe we should play it. Maybe I should check it out. Maybe it's worth the money and time. Speaking games that were questionably worth the money and time, some would say yes, some would say no. Immortals, Fenyx Rising, which was Ubisoft's take on Breath of the Wild. It was very much a clone of Breath of the Wild, or very much inspired by it. One of our friends is a big fan of the game. They really enjoyed it, played it start to finish. I played it and thought it was okay. I wasn't blown away by it, but it was decent. We heard some time ago that a sequel was in the works. We never officially heard that it was in the works. Ubisoft never officially announced it, but it's pretty much a given that it was in the works. Well, while Ubisoft hasn't confirmed or denied it, it appears the sequel has been canceled. This was okay.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have the soundboard. Oh, it's
But-
canceled?
I
I
thought-
never played the first one.
I
so-
thought that's what you were applauding.
I thought you were applauding the cancellation. Yes.
There was a pause in the sound in my head. I wasn't listening, so I was like, "Oh, there." An applause probably goes here.
I
and-
wasn't listening. There was, so I applauded. All right. So yes, apparently the game is canceled. Ubisoft actually commented on this, and they worked some amazing ninja PR on this because A, the sequel was never confirmed. B, the unconfirmed sequel was never officially canceled because Ubisoft never confirmed the game's development to begin with. Yet Ubisoft put out a statement. They said, quote, as part of our global strategy, we are redirecting and reallocating some creative teams and resources within the Quebec studio to other unannounced projects. The expertise and technologies these teams developed will serve as an accelerator for the development of these key projects focused on our biggest brands. We have nothing further to share at this time. So they managed to put out a
Namaste.
statement that says nothing because we still don't know if the game
Mhm.
exists. We still don't know if the game was canceled. So there you go. What have we heard
Nice.
afterwards? Ubisoft has reallocated staff, which they do confirm here, to work on another game. And guess what that unannounced game is?
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Woo!
So there you go. Rather than do a sequel to a game that has only had one, they are going to bring more developers over to
Play it
work on
safe.
more Assassin's Creed. But to be fair, they make way more money on Assassin's Creed than they do Immortals. So
But
we've created this hell for ourselves.
I don't even want to say it because they're supposed to be, I guess changing up the format finally. But I was going to be like, yeah, but like, you're not using those all those resources well to make a better game. You're just making the same old crap. But who knows? I guess this new one's going to be different, right? Different,
I mean,
yet
this
same.
wouldn't be the first time they said this
Yeah, they
new
always.
one's going to be
It
different.
always seems
so.
like they say that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Make of it what you will. We honestly have no idea what the hell's going on.
We're
And if this-
reallocating employees to the unemployment line.
So we don't know if this never confirmed game is canceled. So if you're holding out hope for that sequel, it sounds like if it does happen, it won't be for quite some time.
I know comedy fans are crying right now because the first game was very funny from what I've heard.
Our one friend found it to be funny.
Oh, okay. Darn it. I was
Uh,
doing a sarcasm thing because I thought the joke was like the humor was universally panned. But
no, the humor was praised by more outlets
Oh.
than pan. I did the panning. It was me, Ebenezer.
oh, maybe because you're never panning anything. So maybe that's why in
No,
my
no,
head
no.
I was thinking,
Here's what always happens. If people majority feel one way, I feel the other way. That's usually how it is. There are
you're one of those
instances where
contrarians.
that's one. There's instances where that doesn't happen, but more often than not, if people hate something, I like it a lot or love it, and vice versa. So yes, because I remember their articles being all about how good the humor was in the game and how impressive it was, and how making humorous games is very difficult. I agree with that last statement, but I did not find the game to be funny or even like air out the nose funny, like anything like that.
Wait,
Like a.
Here's a good way to get a sense of this.
It wasn't funny. Old people weren't falling down. Kids weren't getting hurt. Sorry, go ahead.
if you could compare the game to all the hosts of Family Feud, how
Richard Karn.
Okay, wow.
Easy. Richard
So
Karn.
like that would be bottom of the list, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't think. I'm going through the history. John O'Hurley wasn't funny, but he's endearing. Ray Combs was funny, but not funny. His not funniness was funny.
like
But he
Ray
could have
Combs.
some quips every once in a while. Louis Anderson is funny, and every once in a while he had something on the show. I just don't think there was a good fit for him. Richard Dawson was funny, but also weird. But I would argue he's the
Drunk
funniest.
is the-
Yes.
I think Steve Harvey can be funny, but his shtick is so played out.
Hmm.
So, and Richard Karn,
and now it's-
as much as I love him, he sucked.
Now
So,
they write all the questions for Steve Harvey's reactions. Now
Yeah.
it's just so centered
how many
on
ways
him
can we get people
doing
to
his
say
thing.
penis is what they do with all their questions.
You can't say that.
Yeah. name an animal that you're like in the bedroom or something like that. And somebody's like, a horse, Steve. And Steve's like, a horse? What? Like, and it doesn't matter what it is. Any,
That was a pretty good
so
impression.
It actually,
horse!
you know, you're doing it, and it's still funny, even though it's. I don't know.
I
I'm
think-
laughing
got
at
it.
I think you do his shtick better, actually.
you know, I would gladly take 3/4 of his pay to do what he does.
Sure.
And I'm sure I could do it just as well. The Crimson Lore says maybe it was the Naked Gun like humor in the game that doomed it. I feel like that's really maybe I
An
need a
insult to the
refresher on
Naked
the
Gun?
game and insult the Naked Gun. Yeah, because I really like the Naked Gun movies and I find them to be funny. I don't remember seeing anything in there that was on that level.
So it was more like Spy Hard.
That's a great way of putting
Like
it.
one of
If-
the bad, like
if
Leslie
Crimson Lore
Nielsen
said Spy
comedies.
Hard or Dracula Dead and Loving It, I'd be like, yeah, you're right.
God, can you imagine if those movies were as good as Naked Gun? I'd be watching them.
I did imagine
days.
when I went to the theater to see them, and I was very wrong.
Oh.
I remember seeing Dracula Dead and Loving It in the theater.
I was like mad after I saw that.
and
movie.
I was also mad. Yeah, the only funny scene was the scene that you saw in the trailer where they drive the stake into the one vampire and it's like gushing blood out. That was funny.
Mel Brooks's cameo.
Yes. So yeah, not
And
good.
what a title! It's one of the greatest film titles of all time. Seriously, like Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Mm.
It's so good.
Well, Dracula deserves to be dead for that schlock.
Yeah, it's a shame.
All right, don't look. Capcom
oh, no,
has.
there was one. I was looking earlier and I skipped that
You want to
one.
know a secret? I've been watching how I title things to try and get you to not look at them, and it worked.
I'm
But
gonna
now
have
you know
to
my
look at
secret.
every single one.
Capcom has revealed their top 5 best-selling franchises. We're not going to do the millionaire stuff here. Just your guesses. Capcom's top 5 best-selling franchises of all time. Let your
just the
guesses
franchises?
loose.
Mega
Yes.
Man.
Mega Man.
Mm.
That is number 4.
Resident Evil.
That is number 1.
Street Fighter.
That is number 3. You guys are missing 2 and 5. And you know them both. I don't think you play them though. Let me scratch that.
Yeah,
One
like a
you definitely do not
Tatsunoko,
play. One I don't
Something
think
or
you
other.
play. There was one installment. That was a
Never
Capcom
mind.
game.
Henshin a Go-Go, baby.
No. Come on. It's a major franchise for Capcom.
Holy cow.
Humongous.
Capcom. Good for them.
It's huge. It's not like it's new.
Dino Crisis. Parasite Eve.
I gotta say, I'm very surprised. You're not
Yeah,
getting
wait.
this.
It's Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. There you go. So to put things in perspective, Resident Evil has sold 146 million units. Monster Hunter sold 94. So it's very quickly catching up, and it's doing so.
You love that. You just love that.
Much quicker than Resident Evil achieved its sales. So it's
gonna chew a long time before it mows its grass.
it's really motoring. And then number 5, Capcom franchise. Not a ton of installments, but 5 of them.
Oh, Persona 5.
No spin-offs. No, that's Sega and Atlas, but yeah. Started on the PS2.
Oh,
It's not like Devil May Cry, is it?
It is Devil May
Really?
Cry.
Okay.
Yes. So Street Fighter sold 52 million units,
Street
Mega Man
Fighter.
sold 40 million, and
Oh,
Devil May
oh.
Cry sold 29 million. There you go. That's your Capcom top 5. How many of them have you played? I've played all of them. Not all the installments and all of them, but all top 5 franchises.
Good
So
for you.
Capcom's got me.
Would you rank them in the way that they were sold?
How would I personally rank them?
Sure.
Okay. Mega Man number 1.
Mhm.
Resident Evil number 2. Street Fighter. No, Monster Hunter number 3. Street Fighter 4. Devil May Cry 5.
Okay.
Some big franchises in there. For
I
them.
haven't played Street Fighter recently. Like 4 was the last one I played, and I don't really have an interest because you guys don't play fighting games. If you played, I would play, but you're not.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter, I still have an interest in, but you guys
I played the
don't play.
3DS one. And that might have been
That's
the
where
last time I
last
played a Street
it,
Fighter.
And Devil May Cry, I enjoy, but I'm not like always eager to see a new Devil May Cry game. Like I like Devil May Cry 5. So.
Dante, one day. More like.
I did want a. I bought Devil May Cry
okay.
5. Joe Shabadoo says, interesting sales distribution. The time and resources devoted to the Resident Evil remakes are quite understandable when put in this perspective. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 remake. Anybody care to guess how many units that's sold so far?
The Resident
MomBrain,
Evil
everything
4
okay?
remake.
Oh, duh.
What's good? Like a million? It probably is more than that. Like 4 million? Is
Do you
that
have
a
a
lot?
guess? How many the Resident Evil 4 remake sold?
Oh, jeez.
This man guesses 4 million.
You think I would have a better idea of things like this listening to you every week?
Well,
but
you have a guess. You put in your guess.
I'll say 1 million.
You are correct, and you're not that far off. 5 million.
Oh,
shoot.
There you go.
Okay.
and what would be considered like is 1 million like a success for most
Nowadays,
games?
no.
Oh,
Not
okay.
for big name third party games, no. But it is a remake, so it's harder to gauge. Like, I'm just pulling this figure out my ass. I'd say 2 to 3 million. They'd be like happy about
Oh, yeah.
because it doesn't cost
uh,
as much to do a remake. Although that is a full on remake. Like, it
Yeah,
really
from
went
the
all
ground
out.
up.
So
Yeah, I forgot it's been out for a while, actually, right?
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been before Zelda even.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for the price to come down. The price did come down on Dead Island 2's price came down, and Hogwarts Legacy's price is down, and I wouldn't be surprised if Resident Evil 4 is down or coming down soon. It's crazy how quickly these prices drop.
Yeah, they do drop very quickly. I would be Nick. I'm reading your comment because you're here live for the first time after 6 years. They say, because of this podcast, that's us guys, I downloaded the demo for Ghost Trick. I finished the demo and immediately got Fenyx right 1 through 3 and then loving it. Well, same guy, so it
We
makes
did
sense.
it.
Everything cool?
Yeah, Ghost Trick is great.
Yes, we are very passionate about our recommendations. We would not give you recommendations unless we full-throatedly approved of them. So I'm glad you enjoyed.
I mishear that. He played the demo for Ghost Trick and then bought 3 games that weren't Ghost Trick.
Made by the same guy, yeah.
Okay.
They're
Also
they
Capcom
certainly share
games.
some DNA, and they are Capcom. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, I never played any of the Phoenix Wright games, but I did play Ghost Trick and enjoyed it a lot.
Tent Vision says, "Yeah, have fun with your gay lawyers." Spoiler alert.
Oh, no. They're lawyers.
Spoilers for what?
You'll have to play the Phoenix Wright series.
They're
to
always
find out.
pointing and yelling.
They are fun. They are a lot of fun when you really like, because the main part of the game is nailing some jerk on the while he's on the stand, and he's like, I didn't do this because blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, you did, you son of a bitch, and then the
Objections.
music kicks in, and like the guy starts sweating, and then all of a sudden he he takes out a rag and he's like blotting his forehead, and he's like, oh no wait, I did this instead, and you have to look through your information. You're like, no, that's not true, and then back and forth, and then he just backs himself into a corner, can't go anywhere, and then jail, death. It's great. They're a lot of fun. You can play all of the mainline ones on the Switch or your platform of choice. It's on everything. So yeah, go check those out. They are a lot of fun.
Are those
If you like nailing guys, it's the game for you.
Are those
right.
old now? Like they don't make those anymore, or are they still making those?
They are the ones that they put out in the collections are old. They still make them, but not too frequently. They haven't made one in a while. But that's because they're doing compilations and stuff. Like there's a big body of Phoenix Wright, or I should say, there's a big body of Ace Attorney games to pull from. So right now they're in the period of let's remind people about these games, and I'm sure a new one will be sometime in the next 3 years or something. That's my guess.
What do you like better, being the Phoenix Wright attorney, being the Professor Layton mystery solver, or being the trauma center, Dama center surgeon?
From a gameplay perspective,
I have no idea what I'm asking.
Because they play all of them play very differently. So this is a really tough question.
I just lump them in because it's like, oh, doctors, lawyers, and mystery men.
I like Trauma Center a lot, but Trauma Center is the most traditional game of all of them. Like you're actually like you're basically playing mini games, but with someone's life.
You're basically performing
With someone's life.
Yeah,
And
surgery.
Professor Layton
You're
are
playing
all
mini
like,
games, but at a
brain
Dama
teasers.
center.
Those are fun. I like brain teasers. And then Ace Attorney is it's mostly text based, but you do search crime scenes and gather evidence. So they're all fun, but they're all very different. So yeah, I'd like a new trauma center. That would be great. We just love Capcom. All Capcom stuff. As I said, Oracle of Ages and Seasons, which were made by Capcom, are now available on the Switch for our Switch Online members. Remember, the two games connect. So you beat one, you take a password, put it in the next game, and it impacts what happens.
And little known fact by me until this morning, it came out after Ocarina of Time. Those games.
It's true.
Because they look terrible. You're looking at it, I was like, these graphics stink.
They look almost exactly like Link's Awakening, the original Link's Awakening. They reused that engine as far as I know. But yes, excellent games. I'm not one to replay games. I played each of these once when they came out, and that was it.
The game is fun.
Reggie is a Zelda fan. I believe I'm going to replay at least one. I don't see why I wouldn't do two. Yeah, because it's been what? Decades, literally decades, and I'm sure there's so much I've forgotten.
So you're not completely against replaying a game. It's just like, it takes a while.
Resident Evil 4 is a great example. Resident Evil 4 came out, and then it also came out on everything a million times over. Like Resident Evil 4 has always been fresh in my mind. Like it's always there to play.
Yeah.
And it's gotten revamps and re-releases and HD remakes and now full-on remakes. Oracle of Ages and Seasons, it's not like we see that all too often. So
okay.
I don't have to pay anything on extra outside of my Switch Online payment to get them. So that also
It's free.
like if they were putting them out and I had to buy them, I wouldn't buy them, but I get them as part of the service. So I'm
okay, that too.
I was gonna say you never played Resident Evil 4 more than once, probably, right?
Played it on the Wii.
Oh, because of the new control scheme?
That gave me something to like. I was like, I actually want to see how that plays, and I think we all found that to be the best way.
I loved it. That was my favorite way to play.
Yeah, but after that, no, I don't need HD. I don't need remake. I don't need a remake that changes everything. Like, no, you all know how I feel about this stuff. But yes, Oracle of Ages and Seasons, I would like to revisit because I know I've forgotten so much. I remember one area in Seasons where I got stuck for literally weeks. And I remember at the time thinking, if I ever play this game again, I will never get stuck there again. And it's stuck with me. So I know when I get to that point, what I got to do. But outside of that, forgot everything else. Captain Cook says, just for you, Deux. There you go.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I don't know which one to start with. Do you start with Seasons or Ages? I know they say it doesn't really matter, but
please forgive me. You've never played these?
No.
Oh, baby, what an honor.
Because you said this is what, Game Boy Pocket or Game Boy Color or something? Or?
Yes, they were color.
Yeah, I never had that.
This is so great. You got two Zelda games you've never played before that you're gonna get to play. Which one are you gonna play first?
I think I was gonna go with Seasons just because online people say a whole bunch of stuff, but like most people say it doesn't matter which you do first, and then like there was one guy who was like Seasons is canonically first, so I'm just gonna do Seasons first.
I don't know which one's canonically first or if that's even true, but
they say that Seasons is more like kind of action adventure, and Oracle's Ages is more like puzzles.
I played Ages first. I remember that because you know me, I hate almost every season, and I was like, well, I don't. I was like, I want to play Seasons, and I'm definitely going to play it, but I'm like, I don't want to deal with
season
seasons.
don't you hate?
Spring is okay. Fall, I don't like. Summer, I don't like. Winter, I hate. Fall is okay.
What's wrong with fall though?
Because it means winter's coming.
Okay, I got you.
It's getting colder. People all
back to school.
It's not.
Yeah, back to school.
It's not autumn's fault, all right.
Back. To
I know it's not its fault, but
not
I'm
its
not going to lie and say I
fault.
like it.
I thought you liked summer, actually.
I like summer for the fact that kids are out of school, even though I don't go to school anymore. I still get the excitement of like, it's summer, baby, school's out. Like people are out and about and doing things. I like that people.
Really,
can, like, get out there and
I
do
don't like.
stuff.
Have you seen the way kids drive? It's like a nightmare. But
I mean,
but then you don't drive.
Thank
so,
you. I was
yeah.
going to say, I
Or
also
go
don't
outside.
trust
Yeah,
my
or
own
leave
driving.
the house. So it's
I
like,
leave the house every day for the last year and 9 months. Every day for an hour. I will very strongly push back against that now because I hate every second of it, and I'm out there. Like today sucked.
I bet.
You walked in and you were like, "It sucks out there," and I was like, "Yes, it does. Today really sucked. It's a real gross one out there
what
today."
time was this?
I walked from noon to 1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't feel sorry because I hate it every day, but today was a little bit extra. So.
I'm already dead.
Let's talk about things that make everybody happy: money, fame, and love. Which one would you rather have, MomBrain? Money, fame, or love?
Love.
Kirby.
I'm gonna have to go with love.
Yeah,
do?
you have to do love.
Well, then you guys
Are
Are
idiots.
suckers.
are ready for the next Splatoon 3 Splatfest because it's money versus fame versus love, and you're all going team love.
Wrong.
This happened
Team love is
August-
going to be all the old farts.
August 11th to August 13th. Which team will you be choosing? Which is most important in life? Money, fame, or love? So there you go.
I
Everybody at
bring
this
you
table
love.
is team love. Let's see what the comment says. Hawk says, I'm disappointed the choices weren't crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the
lamentation
lamentations
of
of their women. When you said crush your enemies, I thought of the SNL skit.
Oh, right, with Adam Driver.
Yes. Grind their bones into the dust. Yes, we are team love here. I saw something in the Discord. Salman Sterling says, has the Frog King returned? They have not. Every day I walk by and I say, rest in peace, your majesty. Long live the king. Hoping one day they will return. The king has not returned. If they do return, I promise I will send a picture to the Discord, but nope, they are not there. The Frog King has vanished. So sorry to report that, but it is what it is. Human Fart says, with enough money, you can buy both fame and love. Can you buy love? Can you buy love?
Well, I've seen Citizen Kane, so I think the message of that movie is that you can. Or something.
Okay.
You can buy a pet.
That is love. You're right.
I mean,
Yeah, that's good.
You're right. You found a loophole. You can.
and I love Piper. And I think
And she
loves
tolerates us.
Yeah, I wish I could know for certain whether or not cats are capable of love.
They're not.
Okay.
They are not. They are, but for inanimate objects. Like they love the sun because of its heat. They love blankets because of its heat.
Food.
They love food because of its heat. North America, what do we got this week? We got Disney Illusion Island, which I'll be talking about later. We got Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons, which I'll be talking about later. But I also wrote a review for. We got Venba coming out July 31st. MomBrain, take a look at Venba. I don't think there's ever been a game that you would be more interested in. And it is not cat related in any way, shape, or form. 100 door games, Schoolscape. MomBrain, you play door games.
Oh yeah.
Basement door games. 3 Minutes Mystery. A Short Tale. Akiba's Trip. Undead and Undressed Director's Cut.
Whoa.
Alien War 2. Dogfight. Well, now that we've heard all the hearings about aliens, this is what we're looking towards, everybody. Alien War 2. Dogfight. Animal Farm Parking. Anime Clock. Arcade Archives King and Balloon.
King of the Wicker People.
Barony. Calm Waters. Classic Pool and Cyber Pool Bundle. Ooh. Demonic Supremacy. Don't Lie, Pack 1. Don't Lie, Pack 2. Ducky's Delivery Service. Eden's Last Sunrise. Listen closely here. Ferris Mueller's Day Off. Don't know what it is. Hyper Meteor.
Wait, is it just like Ferris Bueller, but in like Germany?
I honestly have no clue. Hypertension. Koa and the 5 Pirates of Mara. Last Mage Survivors. Luna and Monsters Tower Defense. The Deprived Magical Kingdom. Mega Ramp Moto Dirt Bike Stunt Simulator. Mirrored Souls. New York Mysteries Power of Art. Operate Now Hospital. good place for it. Patrick's Parabox. The
Sounds like a Morse code. Operate now, hospital.
Patrick's Parabox is multi-award winning. Check out that unique puzzle game. Pixel Game Maker Series Angels Gear. Pixel Junk Scrappers Deluxe. Police Cop Hot Pursuit Car
Scrappers
Racing Driving
Deluxe,
Simulator
Rappers Delight.
Real.
Yeah.
Psychic 5 Eternal. Punch Club 2 Fast Forward. Raccoon Adventure Animal City Simulator 3D Farm
Sure,
Super
whatever.
Deluxe. Radiant Tail. Sword and Fairy Inn 2. The Forgotten Room. The Master's Pupil. The Red Exile Survival Horror. This Way Madness Lies. Venice 2089. Veritas. Watch. Witches Pranks Frog's Fortune. Working Hard Collection. World of Machines. Thanks for the follow, Canderson. Yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. That's the whole name.
I can't believe that's the name.
Let me explain that.
And it's all in capitals, which is the most egregious part.
Let me explain that in a second.
To be here.
Yggdra Union will never fight alone. Zombie Hunter D-Day and Zoo Park Story. So I need to say this. Yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. Bad name. Great idea. You know how when you see commercials on mobile phones for mobile games,
Yes.
and then you go download the game,
and they're
that
playing it
game is-
horrible on purpose, and you're like, I would be better than that.
but those games are never in the game that
right,
they're
you
advertising.
download it, and it's like some crap.
These developers set out to make real versions of all of those games.
No.
So
Oh,
you can
wow.
actually play them. It's
Okay.
a fantastic idea. So if you've seen a mobile ad with a game where you're like, pull the wire hooks out to save the guy, or walk back and forth on the line and collect the dollars, they made there. I think there's like 250 games in this game,
Moving on.
and now you can actually play the
For $1.
games you always wanted to. So really awesome idea. Love that. And it's getting some good coverage too. It's just not a great name, but
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea, but I can't play it because the name is terrible.
yeah, I'm sure we could come up with a better name given time, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Just that name is too long.
I think
DD
There you
Mega
go.
Doo-Doo.
Sticer says, when a game needs such a huge gimmick in its title, you start to question whether or not it's able to stand up by its own merits. I don't know that it's a gimmick because it's just bad. Like,
It's more of like an experiment.
yeah, nobody's like, let's make the name of our project so long that people can't remember it. Like, that seems like a terrible idea, but well, and the gimmick of the game is making real versions of those mobile ads. So that's the gimmick. So yeah, I hope people check it out. But if you didn't know what it was, now you know.
Now you do.
Do you mind covering the European
the
releases?
rumor.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. I'll go back to that. We just do Europe right after. You might as well do that.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for European Switch eShop releases for the week of July 27th, the year of our Lord 2023.
Hi, Marsboro.
This is Dew Michaels filling in for the incomparable Nikki Hill. Nikki Hill, we speak your name.
Hi, Blood Ocean.
Alien War 2 Dogfight. Animal Farm Parking. Calm Waters. D-Corp. Disney Illusion Island. Double Dragon. Gaiden. Rise of the Dragons. Eden's Last Surprise. Harvest Life plus Castaway Paradise. Heist Force. Hospital Doctor, Fix Me Up for Kids. Koa and the Five Pirates of Mara. Luna and Monsters Tower Defense. Magic Exposure, Yuri Visual Novel. Mr. Run and Jump. Operate Now Hospital. Otoku Cross, Pretty Boys Breakup. Patrick's Parabox. Pixel Game Maker Series Angels Gear. Pixel Junk Scrappers Deluxe. Psychic 5 Eternal. Radiant Tail. Ramp Car Racing. Ring Racer. Skell Jump. Super Dino Blasters. Super Intern Story. Sword and Fairy Inn 2. Sword of Glory. The Snow Fable Mystery of the Flame. The Way Madness Lies. Or, if you want to read it properly, This Way Madness Lies. Venice 2089. Watch. Words of Wisdom. Working Hard Collection. Igra Union. Zombie Hunter D-Day. And last but not least, Zoo Park Story.
Is there a comment?
There is. Nico Darunia says, is that what Nikki sounds like?
Nowadays, it is. MomBrain, is that what Nikhil sounds like? I don't remember what he sounds like, to tell you the truth. I can't remember his face either.
Is that what I sound like?
Oh, there he is.
No.
Thank you, Deux. Much appreciated. Back to the rumor. Guys, here we go. Switch successor. What do we got? PixArt, Japanese company PixArt. I'm sorry, not Japanese, Chinese. They are a component manufacturer. So, electronics. They put out their latest financial report. And the report says, quote, new console from a Japanese company, end quote, set to be released in early 2024. The Japanese company in question, quote, hasn't launched a new system in years, end quote. So if you're like, it's going to be the PS5 Slim or whatever you want to call it. Nope, doesn't count because the PS5 is, 3 years old. This Japanese company hasn't launched a new system in years. So that gives you two choices.
Sega Dreamcast 2.
Gives you two choices, Nintendo or Sega. So unless Sega's got some really wild plan.
How cool. Would you get that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Definitely. I think Sega, I would love to see Sega make a hardware return. That'd be great.
Hell yeah.
Because I
They haven't
like
covered all the
Microsoft
planets
a
yet.
lot. I don't like Sony. And I didn't like the adversarial relationship Sega and Nintendo had, but I understood it. And I think Sega's heart is at least in the somewhat same place that Nintendo's heart lies, like as far as making games and the games industry and all that. I would wish them nothing but the best, and I would support them day one, without a doubt. If Sega came back to hardware, I'm there. Would they do it? Probably not. Why would you?
Sure, why not?
Why would you do it? Like, that's so much money you got to spend, and you want to enter to fight against Nintendo, which you already lost to and have proven they're not going anywhere. Sony, which is a juggernaut, Microsoft's there nowadays anyway. They're just there. I don't know why Sega would be like, now is the time for us to return to hardware. But I'd support them. So yeah, this has to be Nintendo. And also, of course, the most important part, PixArt has provided parts for Nintendo in their previous hardware. So all the pieces are there. So they're saying early 2024 for a Switch successor. This is the most concrete information we've gotten so far, but take it with a grain of salt still, of course. Because let's look at the Switch. We got heavy hitters. Pikmin 4 just came out. Tears of the Kingdom came out a few months ago. Super Mario Brothers Wonders coming out later this year. Like, we got big name games still coming to the system. We got the Princess Peach game that was showcased. We got Super Mario RPG remake coming out this year. Like, this would be usually when Nintendo puts out new systems, you're like, things are slowing down here. We're getting to the point where, you're getting the dregs and then the new system comes out. We're not seeing that now. So if Nintendo's really like, here's a really strong 2023 end for Switch and 2024 Switch 2. I mean, I guess that'd be good momentum, but you'd also be chopping the legs off the Switch a bit because the Switch is still doing well. And with Super Mario Brothers Wonder coming out this year, I would imagine hardware is going to see a nice boost. Probably not as big as other years, but it's going to do, I would imagine, better than many would expect. So early 2024 seems too early.
That's what I think, but who knows?
I think Nintendo could do another year, honestly. Or at least another half year, like get halfway into 2024. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, and with all these Zelda games that Grubb promised us that we got, they got time.
It's tough, but like we said, this is an electronics manufacturer. Says they worked with Nintendo. Says a Japanese company's got something coming out early 2024. Cumulative says Christmas 2024 at the earliest. Yeah, I agree with that. I really do. I'm right there with you on that. Would I like to be wrong? Usually I'd say yes. But this time I'd say no, because I feel the Switch
tired of
still
being right all
has
the
a
time.
lot of life left in it. Not a lot, but a good amount. I think it could ride to 2024, end of 2024 easy. At least midway through 2024. That still seems early. We're not that far off from midway 2024. I don't know. But there you go. That's what that insider's saying. And not like a Grubb insider, like someone that works at a company insider. So who knows? We'll find out together, my friends. But the speculation is only going to grow from here. Comment comes from Game Freak. They say, big grain of salt. Huge. If it truly is coming early 2024, then it will be fully backwards compatible with the current Switch ecosystem or lineup. I can't imagine Nintendo will put out Super Mario Bros. Wonder as just a half a year from a new console launch. Yeah, me either. We're on the same page here, my friend. I agree. Don't make sense to me, but there's a great... I'm going to have to look it up. There's a great comment from friend of the site, Matt Piscatella, yesterday. Because IGN was... they did a whole feature that was about will we see a Switch successor in 2024? And they had commentary from developers and analysts alike, and Mr. Piscatella was talking about the likeliness of it and all that. But he ended his statement by saying something fantastic. He says, quote, "This is Nintendo, perhaps the hardest to gauge game company in the world. God knows what they're really thinking," end quote. And that's a statement from someone who clearly has
Perhaps
been trying to
that was
cover
the most important
Nintendo, because he gets it. Because, yeah, God knows what Nintendo is the truth. You never know. And then finally, our last top story is an excellent one. It's happening, guys. It's happening.
Finally.
I said I felt it in the air. I said there was something out there, and we got our first real big proof of it. Pikmin 4 is launched. And at least in Japan, it's not just doing well. It's doing phenomenally well. It took the #1 spot, weekly charts. Not surprising. But it bumped Tears of the Kingdom out of #1, so I guess a little surprising. Here's the extra surprising part. Pikmin 4's physical sales in Japan are just over 400,000. That's 400,000 units sold in Japan alone physically. We don't know the digital numbers. So 500,000, we'll say, easy with digital numbers included, but probably a lot more than that. But what we know for a fact is 400,000. To put that in perspective, that beats the first week sales of Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2, Pikmin 3 combined.
Oh my
Combined. So this is a major achievement for the Pikmin franchise.
Whoa.
Like I said, Nintendo is promoting this Pikmin more than any other that I have seen. And it looks like people are buying into it, and it's paying off. My cousin was talking to me last night. Never played a Pikmin game. Downloaded the demo and is playing it and really likes it. So it's happening. I'm shocked. I thought it was going to have a strong debut. I figured 200,000, somewhere around that. I didn't think 400,000, and I especially didn't think that number physical alone. That's crazy. And as we've said before, Pikmin 3 Deluxe was the best-selling, or yeah, we don't know the data now for Pikmin 4 all worldwide, but Pikmin 3 Deluxe is the best-selling Pikmin game ever. In Japan, that launched at 171,000 units in its first week. So Pikmin 4 blew it away. Blew it away. So happy to see this. Sticer says, huge numbers right there. Great to see this new Pikmin taking off for Nintendo. Yeah. Now, is it going to have the legs that Fire Emblem did? Numbers. We'll find out. But look at how much Awakening did for Fire Emblem right out of the gate. This seems like that situation all over again. So the combination of a very strong marketing campaign, a very strong game, and that the game is excellent, and a very strong platform, the Switch is doing phenomenally well. All three together seems like it's making a big difference. So we'll have the North American numbers very soon. This week, maybe it's today. I don't know. I know they got delayed, but soon we'll see how it did in North America. It'll be top 10 definitely, but where in the top 10? We'll find out together, my friends. All right, that's it. MomBrain, what have you been playing?
Penny and Flo, Merge Mansion.
Same old, same old. I've heard talk of Pikmin. Do I believe it? No. No counterpoint there. MomBrain, go ahead. Talk to us.
No.
Kirby?
Nothing again.
Oh, excellent. Do?
I beat Pikmin 4, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey! No spoilers, please.
All right, it was great. Yeah, it's wonderful. I think I can see why this one's doing a lot better than the others. If people don't play this one that have never played Pikmin, they're never going to play Pikmin, I think. I mean, this one's so accessible. It's got a cute dog in it. There's a lighter emphasis on your Pikmins dying. Obviously, you don't want them to die, and obviously you want to it'll tell you at the end of each day how many die. But it's not like Pikmin 3 where at the end of each day it gives you like a full total of how many have died since you started. You have to look for that information. So that's one thing. Plus, when you come out of caves, you get to choose, like when you come out of caves back onto like whatever area you're exploring, you get to choose right then and there, like re-choose which Pikmin you want in your squad. You don't have to go all the way back to your SS Beagle to get your Pikmin. So like little things like that. I don't know if they were meant to be like ease of use or what's that word, like what's that term,
quality of life.
Thank you. I don't know if they were supposed to be quality of life things or if it was just meant to be a lot easier for people. I don't mind it, as everyone knows. I don't like a challenge at all, so I've been really enjoying it. I did do, however, I put a ton of hours into it. I think my final time was 60 hours. And I did all like I've seen everything. I won't tell you what I did, but because it could be spoiler territory. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, there's really nothing more to say without talking spoilers. So I think like I won't say anything more. There's some things I want to talk to you about, RMC, but you haven't really gotten to play too much. So
I'm on day 14.
There's this, I don't even want to say it like over here, but like I feel like I found something that no one's found that I want you to break on the website, and I just it's driving me crazy.
I've seen, this is what we talked about before.
Yes,
I've seen titles of things, and they seem to be related to what you're talking about, but I don't know for sure, and I won't know until I play next time. So
well, you have to tell me the title of things after the show.
Sure, I will do that.
But yeah, it's a wonderful game, man. I love it. I absolutely love everything about it, and it's just got that Nintendo polish. You know what I mean? Like the way that they can just make a game perfect, like no hiccups at all, just run smooth. The gameplay's great. It's all like you feel like it's an extension of your body. Like as a gamer, I just can totally appreciate the craft of their games. And this is another one.
I'll talk about it since we're both talking about it. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It feels excellent. It plays great. It's a blast. You never want to stop playing. It's just
very addictive. Very addictive.
Exploring caves in particular. Whenever you see like a pipe to go down, you're like, yeah, oh, here we go. And it's a whole area in and of itself. And it's just, it's a great way to like, there's no monotony, but it's a great way to break up the above ground searching with just like a fresh new area that's a little puzzle in and of itself. And maybe there's a boss to fight down there. And it's a blast. Really enjoying the game. Only just last night did I start doing the night missions because they opened up for me. So I was doing night missions. And if you're worried about Pikmin dying, guys, don't worry. The glow Pikmin don't die.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. The night missions, I was intimidated at first, but yeah, because the glow Pikmins don't die.
During one of your reports, one of the other guys tells you they don't die. They turn into energy and they go back to the whatever it's called.
Yeah, the luminol.
Isn't that
back to the whatever it's called?
Yeah, the luminol.
Isn't that kind of what happens to us? We just turn back
That's
into
beautiful.
energy.
That's beautiful.
It's lovely.
It's true.
But nobody's throwing us at enemies.
I would like to be thrown at an enemy.
Okay. I really like those night missions. They're fun. They're like little challenges in and of themselves. It's basically like tower defense, but without any of the superfluous stuff that I don't like. You know, tower defense is like set up a barricade and set up a tower and set up these guns and set up this brick wall. And it's like collect a Pikmin and fight. You're the only thing to stop them. Or you could use Ochi to like go out there and patrol around your thing. But
Yeah.
I like it, especially because, you know, there's levels of challenge to it. It'll be like 1 through 6 flames to let you know how much you're really going to have to protect your, what was it called again? You just said it.
The luminol.
The luminol. But they're fun. You just have to survive through the night. I really like it. I like it a lot.
I appreciate that you don't have to retrieve the glow Pikmin. They come to wherever you are. So
Yes.
just running around as soon as it starts, running around, grabbing as many of those gems as possible to make more, and then coming back to like hold down the button and do the super attack, and it's just very satisfying.
It's very streamlined because of the nature of what you're doing. Like it's all about defending and taking out the enemies, as you know, so they don't end the night for you. So daytime stuff is explore, take your time a little bit, go, you know, no real rush. I know there's a timer, but no real rush. And at night it's like these things are coming to get you. You have to fight them and make sure you do everything you can to stop them. So I like it. I did some of the Dandori battles, and I like those a lot
fun.
too. Because when you don't go to like the main portions of the land, when you rescue other people, they'll open up like Dandori battles against them, or a Dandori battle where it's like try and collect all the things in a time limit. And I did one of those last night, and it's like try and get gold, and I just missed gold, and I was like, I want to go in and do it again, so I did it again. And then, you know, at the end of it, it's like, you got this, you got this, you got this, you missed this thing, you got this. And I was like, I think I could get them all. And I went and did it again, and I got everything with like 10 seconds to spare or something. And I was like, oh, I could get really addicted to this. And that was just the first one of them.
It's very addicting. I'm not a big 100%er on games. I don't always do that, but there's certain games that I do, and this one I did. It was very addictive.
This one too. I 100%. I'm going for 100% because I want to. I'm like, I want to find everything. I want to sniff out the hidden item with Ochi. I want, I love it. It's great. And the new types of Pikmin are great. And the upgrades you can get, there's so many upgrades you can get that are quality of life things that make the game so much better. Like you can double your speed. You can make Ochi do a lot more damage. You can there's so many different things you can get that really change how the game plays, and I think it's awesome. Like they went way above and beyond with that stuff,
and they come quick. You know what I mean? Like at the end of almost every day, you have something to upgrade, and that that adds to the addictive nature of it, because digging up treasures and having doing the Dandori, like having these Pikmin go there, grab this, Ochi, you grab this, and I'll meet you guys at the base. It's like it feels really awesome. And then, you know, on top of all that, like you said, just seeing the 100% there, like really that and it's done in such a great way. The music at the end of each day is great. That
and you get bonuses for
great.
Getting 100%. People will give you things for 100%ing levels too. So,
and it's so. The worlds are so beautiful that you forget that it's that you're like a miniature thing in a way, but like when you take a step back and look, it's just so gorgeously laid out. Every level is just so meticulously done, and the Nintendo just knows what
it is
doing.
A really I'm not a graphics person, but it is a really nice looking game. Like I've always liked the look of the Pikmin games, but this one in particular. And maybe that has something to do with them moving to Unreal Engine 4 this time around. They did that instead of their own engine in a game. Like I've always liked the look of the Pikmin games, but this one in particular. And maybe that has something to do with them moving to Unreal Engine 4 this time around. They did that instead of their own engine, and it seems like they made that choice for a reason, and it looks great. Like it's a really nice looking game.
Yeah, it runs and looks great.
But yeah, it's so much fun. Honestly, if I could dedicate all my free time to it, I would, because it's much like Zelda in the sense that there's never a time where I'm like, that's enough Pikmin for today. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to bed. I don't want to stop playing. It's always like, I want to do one more day. I want to go down that pipe. I want to go take out that enemy I saw. I want to go back and get the onion I found in the other level that I can reach now because I have blue Pikmin and stuff. It's great. I love all the Pikmin games, but this one is so welcoming and such a refinement of all things Pikmin, but with the added accessibility features and upgrades that it's perfect. It's a perfect Pikmin game. I really have no complaints right now. We've complained about other ones where it's like the time limits or things like that. So far for me, I got nothing to complain about. And having the other people back at base for you to be like, oh, I'm going to take a little break from exploring. I want to go do a Dandori battle. Or I want to do a night mission. I love that stuff is there. You can do it. You can do so many different things based on whatever you feel like doing. So if you had like a rough day and you lost a lot of Pikmin and exploration didn't go as well as you thought, you could be like, I'm going to go train and then I'll do a Dandori battle and then I'll go back out for exploration. You can reset like that. So great. It's a great game. It's so good.
I wish my one complaint, and I made it last week, was I wish you could fix the camera when you're doing a Dandori battle so that it's not split screen.
That would be the one change I would make. It doesn't ruin the game for me at all. I'm fine, but I would rather have a full screen.
Yeah. And I was going to ask you, I'm sure you don't use the rewind time, but would you use it in a cave like to start the section of the cave over or anything like that?
No rewind.
What if
you want to use it, go right ahead, but not.
But what if have you ever gotten into a jam where it's like you lose all your Pikmin and they kick you out of the whole thing and you don't restart?
Oh no, not that I've gotten kicked out of the whole thing, no. But I've lost lots of Pikmin.
And you just deal with it.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it, but I deal with it. Yeah, like there's one of those holes I went down, one of those caves I went into where you're walking around. I don't remember what it is, but it's a whole bunch of metal blue platforms. And there's those, those white guys with the snouts and the red lips and they blow fire.
Yeah.
I threw a whole bunch of Pikmin on one of them and he shook them off, but he was right by the ledge.
And they all fell off the edge.
15 fell off the ledge. And I wasn't paying attention. I was doing something else. I was like, these guys can kill this thing, no problem. And then I heard, and I turned around to see like a cloud and I was like, no! And I lost so many there. But I still had enough to make it through that. So now I'm more careful. I'm not letting things out of my sight. I'm going to make sure everybody's good. Even if it's an enemy I know I can take out everybody's good. Even if it's an enemy I know I can take out very easily. I want to make sure somebody doesn't get stomped on or something doesn't throw them over the edge or something. So I just am more careful. But
but the thing is,
I will not rewind.
If you got into a jam bad enough that all your Pikmin got killed, trust me, it's easier than it sounds.
I agree with you 100% on that.
It says, quit out or restart the level. Would you restart the level?
I would restart, I would imagine.
Then they give you all your Pikmin back.
Well, then I wouldn't do it.
So
I didn't know. I haven't done it.
But how are you going to restart the level with just your player character? Obviously, they're going to give your Pikmin back to you.
Yeah, but if you go out and then go back in, you have your next round.
So you're saying you'd go out and come back in?
Yeah, I wouldn't restart.
Man, good for you. I don't know how you find fun in anything you do, but
that's the fun for me because it's the challenge of it. I'm like, I made these decisions. They went poorly, and it's my fault. Next time, I'll be a better Pikmin captain when I go in.
I hope you try to 100% this game because there's a cave that I want to know. I want to know your stats. Let's just say at the end of that
100% it the whole first place.
I had to write a lot of letters home to Pikmin's mothers. Let's just put it that way.
That's great. That's great. I'm very excited.
Your son, Flub.
You and I are different in the sense that I very much look forward to the challenge. Like I want to be challenged, and if I lose a lot of Pikmin, I'm not happy I lost them, but I'm like, this has been a day of learning. I will be back tomorrow.
I always had to justify at the end, like treasures versus Pikmin deaths. I was, and look, most days I didn't lose anybody. I'm not saying I lost them all the time, but like when I would lose them, I would be like, I'd look long and hard and be like, was it worth it for all this Sparkilium that I got? Like,
well, listen, I lost 65 Pikmin today. But I gained a hair clip, so it was worth it. This treasure was worth it.
Now you are a
I picked up a button, so those lives were not lost in vain.
I love the charm of the things that you pick up because you're picking up You're picking up all these things that we've seen every single day, and then when you like scan them in, they've got the most ridiculous but cute
It's one of my
names
favorite parts
ever.
of every Pikmin game.
It's
The names
awesome.
they come up with for everyday objects. I wish I could think of any of them off the top of my head.
There's a framed photograph of 2 really cute dogs that you can take, and I'm guessing that the dogs are like some of the developers' dogs or something, but when you get it there, it's called a buddy shrine. And I was like, oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, the names they have for fruit and everything, they're so good. I love getting into that screen because I'm like, I picked up so many things that I've never picked up before. I can't wait to see what they've called them and that kind of stuff. I love it. The little touches.
Yeah, there's a whole, and then there's kind of like sub categories for treasures. So there's like music category, and like you pick up music boxes. And have you picked up any with the like when the Pikmin are carrying the music boxes and they're like playing this song? Really?
Music box yet.
Oh
no.
my god!
I found puzzle pieces, and I'm like, I want to see if I get to put this puzzle together at the end, or if I get to see a finished picture. Yeah, like
I don't understand you, my friend. I don't understand you.
What do you mean?
You hate puzzles. You hate puzzles.
I
So
don't.
why-
I didn't say I want to put the puzzle together. I want to see if, like, you said everything's in a category, and
Oh,
one of
right.
them is jigsaw puzzle pieces. I want to see if at the end you get to see a picture. If I got to put it together, I'm not doing it.
Should I tell you now? Or?
No, no.
Okay.
Like the rubber ducks are called universal rubber cuties, or there's a black one and it's called a dapper rubber cutie. I'm looking at some of these.
The ones that I forget what the category is called, but it's like all old school Nintendo stuff. There's like
yes,
like a Game Boy Micro and a couple of things, and I forget what they call them though. Like they've got like awesome.
This is
hilarious
kind
names.
of like our game bad game descriptions. Sticky Jewel. What do you think that is?
A ring pop.
Well, you played the game.
I'm not gonna remember that. I just
Sphere of Fuzzy Feelings.
A pom pom?
No, not totally off base, but
Cotton ball?
Tennis ball?
tennis ball.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Disc of Angry Wisdom. This is really funny. I don't think you'll ever get it.
Yeah, it's not a frisbee, I'm guessing.
No, it's a poker chip.
Oh,
I'm gonna do one more. A perforated raft. You'll never get this one either, but it's
a
great.
sponge?
No, it's a button because it's got the 4 little holes in it.
That was a good guess, Kirby.
And all the
Thank you.
jigsaw puzzle pieces are called memory fragments.
Ooh.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So yeah, sorry. I was gonna read something else, but an X just X'd my screen. So so yeah, loving Pikmin. Glad you enjoyed it. Sorry you finished it, but maybe there's
I couldn't stop playing it. It was good.
maybe you play anything else?
No, I just finished it yesterday, and I need to take a little break because I went so hard yesterday. Again, can't talk about what I did in the game yesterday because it will be too spoilery. But like, I sat down thinking that the push towards where my goal was going to be a lot shorter than it was, and then I was too stubborn as the hours went on to stop playing the game.
Yeah.
And my hand started to hurt again.
Oh, no.
So luckily I finished the game, and I'm like, all right, let me take a day off or two of games if I can.
I've been there with a few games before where you think you're at the end and you sit down for what you think is the final session, and you're like, it'll be a couple hours, and then 4 hours later you're like, oh, I really misjudged
And
this.
it got to the point too when I was seeing like 100% on almost everything except certain things. And then I was getting stubborn, and I was like, well, I got to go back and do this.
Yeah.
So it's great. It looks great now. All hundreds.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad it lived up to your expectations. Not surprising that it did, but always great to see.
Yeah, it's not a problem for you because you don't replay games, but like it makes me sad because this is definitely the best one for me, and I would never go back and play any of the old ones. I don't think I could
What do you
because
think?
Ochi makes it too good.
Oh, yeah. Well, do you think a sequel is, pretty likely since it's doing so well.
Oh, I think they'll keep making
I'm
more.
sure there will be another Pikmin game. Yeah, probably gonna have to wait 5 to 7 years for it, but I'm sure there will be one. I guess I'll just parlay into the other things I've been playing. So as I said, I did a review of Double Dragon Gaiden: Rise of the Dragons. Feel free to read my review. When I write reviews, I'm always happy with them because I pour a lot of hard work into them. This one in particular, I'm very proud of. Why? I don't know. I just feel very proud of it. But maybe because I had such fun writing it, because I loved this game.
Okay.
I love this Double Dragon. It is fantastic. It's Double Dragon. It's traditional Double Dragon gameplay mixed with roguelike elements. So you go through levels and enemies drop coins. And at the end of every portion of a stage, you use those coins to upgrade your character. More powerful, different moves, extra health. Or you hang on to that cash, and if you die in the game, you spend some to revive right where you are. It's up to you. And you never know what random options you're going to have at the end of each portion of the stage to level up. So you just collect money and level up and get stronger as you go along. And you have all stages are open from the beginning. You go in whatever order you want. And depending on what you've leveled up and where you go and how you're doing, subsequent levels will have more enemies, tougher enemies, enemies in different places, all kinds of stuff like that.
You love that.
Yes, because it's adjusting to
Challenging.
you on the no, I mean, there's a challenge, but I like a game that gears its challenge to how you're doing. Like, it's reading what you're doing and it's basing it off of that.
That is kind of cool because, we've played Double Dragon or Streets of Rage like a million times.
Yeah.
I could tell you with my eyes closed when the
Yeah.
bad guys are coming out. So it's kind of cool to think of like a
yes.
beat 'em up that's randomly done.
And
based on
levels
your
are they have a whole bunch of hidden areas in them and branching sections that you don't have to do. Like the first level I went to was basically it's like a big building, but there's rooms you can go in that you don't have to go in. There's different floors you can climb to that you don't have to. So it's fun to explore that stuff, and then there's hidden things for you to get to give you more money or whatever. Combat feels really good. Enemies are really fun to beat up. Awesome mechanic in this. Most beat 'em ups, you punch garbage cans and they got turkey in them or whatever. You still get food out of things here too, but the new mechanic is you have a super meter. Super meter fills up as you beat up enemies. Once it's
Ooh.
filled,
A limit break.
if you do a special attack on 3 or more enemies, they will drop a health item. So if you hit 3 enemies and kill all 3 with a special, they'll drop like a hot dog. But if you kill 4, they'll drop, I don't know, a piece of meat, which gives you more health. So you are constantly able to get more health because the game's enemies are a little more challenging. They're not so much challenging in the sense that they do a lot of fancy moves, but they throw a lot of enemies at you. So you're dealing with a ton of enemies and hazards in stages like spiked floors or fires or things shooting guns. So it's great that at any moment you could be like, I just got to land a couple more punches here. Then I could take out these 5 enemies with my super and I'll have a whole bunch of health to pick up. So
Now your super, does it kill everyone on screen or something automatically, or do you have to
No.
line them up perfectly?
So every enemy has a health bar above them as you hit them. So when somebody's got like 1 or 2 chunks of their health bar left, if you hit them with a super, they're dead. So you beat this guy up almost all the way. You give these few over here a couple punches.
Oh
and
man, that's like that's a little too strategic for my beat 'em up skills. That sounds
you'll be fine.
involved.
No, I mean it sounds involved, but it's not. Here, let me dumb it down. You punch everybody a lot, and then you hit them with a super.
No, I understand what you're doing. It's just
No, you're
for
thinking
me,
of it
I'm
too
getting
strategically.
stressed.
You're not. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to prevent right now. You just punch everybody a lot and leave them alive. Like that's it. You do 1 less punch or 2 less punches, whatever. It's not like you're like, well, this guy over here has 4 and this guy over here. You don't need to do all that. You just have a super and you're like, here's 4 guys standing together. Do it. They're gonna die.
Nice.
So that's really
Were
awesome.
you Bimmy or Jimmy?
I was Bimmy.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a ton of unlockable characters, including Marion and others I won't spoil.
Marion, she's alive.
Is a Bobo in the game?
I won't
Do
spoil
you get to kick him off a
things,
conveyor belt?
but
Nice. Chin's got to be
I
in the
think
game.
you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
There are plenty. If you are a Double Dragon fan, you're going to be able to play as the characters you want to play as.
Nice.
Also, the
Mhm.
soundtrack has brand new songs and remixes of classic Double Dragon songs, including songs from your favorite Double Dragon.
Double
and
Dragon
they are
2,
done
The Revenge.
Excellently. Yes. There's one stage later in the game where it was a really cool take on a song from Double Dragon 2, but there's
Ooh,
multiple Double Dragon
love
2
it.
songs. So they pull songs throughout the whole franchise's history to remix, and they're all great.
Love it.
Music is great. Graphics are great. The graphics are a little chibi style Double Dragon that plays off of the original arcade game. Love
okay.
that. Combat feels so good. Plenty of options for attacks that you can do. Throws and kicks and punches and wrestling related moves and a whole bunch of stuff. Feels really good.
You like this better than River City Girls?
It's a good question. I'd say I'm more impressed with this. This is like a beat 'em up this is like an evolution of beat 'em ups. And River City Girls is just a really solid, fun beat 'em up. Like it doesn't really try anything new, but I really love those games. But this, I'm like, this feels new. It's like the core of Double Dragon with all these new wrinkles in it.
Who made this game?
I forget their name.
Have they done anything else?
Yes, they've done beat 'em ups before, but they do beat 'em ups that like tweak the formula a little bit. They like to try like a beat 'em up with permadeath and stuff like that. So Secret Base is the name of the developer. Secret Base. So when I saw a new Double Dragon was being made, I was excited because I'm a fan of the franchise. But when I saw Secret Base was doing it, I was like, oh, they do different things with beat 'em ups, and I give them a ton of credit. They really care about the Double Dragon franchise. B, we're still willing to experiment with it, and I think it's made something that's really special. If you are a Double Dragon fan, if you're a beat 'em up fan, I really think you should give this one a try because it's different from your average beat 'em up, and it stands out in an age when beat 'em ups are really popular again and really good. The recent Ninja Turtles game was fantastic. Streets of Rage is fantastic, and those are very much revivals done in the style of how they used to be. This is Double Dragon beat 'em up with a whole new take on it, and it's awesome. Level design. You were going to ask something or say something?
I was just gonna say, how much is this game?
I don't know, $20. I'm gonna guess. I got to look it up. I honestly don't know. The stage design is awesome too. I said in my review, you might see ideas that you've seen in stages and beat 'em ups before, but in all new ways, or at least in very unique ways. So one of the levels is a junkyard. And as you walk through the junkyard, you get to like a pile of cars, like you would in a junkyard. But then you start to see that it's not just a pile of cars. It's a whole bunch of cars forming a pyramid. So it's like a junk pyramid that you go inside and climb to the top of and then fight on the top of a junk car pyramid. It's awesome. And everybody that's there is like Mad Max style enemies,
Nice.
like a whole bunch of freaks. So you go through the front of the junkyard, work your way up to the junkyard car pyramid, go through the pyramid, come outside the pyramid, fight on the outside of the pyramid, climb up to the top, and on the roof is a boss battle. It's awesome. Really cool. And all the stages have that kind of feeling to them. You start in one place and you end up at a completely different place by the end of it. It's really fun. I'm so pleased with this game. Trying to think of a complaint and I got nothing.
If Marion's a playable character,
Guns.
who gets punched in the stomach and carried away in the opening cutscene?
Well, there is an opening cutscene. leave it at that.
But does anybody get punched in the stomach? Tell us now.
I dare not say. I dare not say. But yes, and also you get like classic cutscenes like from Double Dragon 3, like that style. So like a little window with like people in it and then text and stuff like
Jimmy
that.
and Jimmy.
But yes, I noticed that he is called Billy. I don't think there's any Bimmy references, but I could be
Oh, come
wrong.
on.
But yeah, it's awesome. And then there's you can use tokens to unlock other things like modifiers and soundtracks and artwork and stuff like that. So, and there's not a ton of stages, but based on the way the game, or because of the way the game is made, you're not going to blow through every stage right away. So It's great. Really loved it.
What's the name of this game again? Does it have one of
Double
those-
Dragon Gaiden: Rise of the Dragons.
I just watched the
Gaiden.
trailer.
It's
Looks looks pretty good.
It's good. Got local co-op too. Also, completely separate from this, but related to Double Dragon. A Double Dragon collection was just announced for Switch. Literally all mainline Double Dragon games in one package for Switch. So if you're hungry for the originals, you can have those. I think it's October or something like that. So there you go, everybody. It's a
Oh,
great game.
You gotta beat up dogs.
Needs more dog. You beat up people, you beat up animals, you beat up robots, you beat up ninjas.
Oh, they got that giant guy with the metal mask.
Yeah, oh yeah. From was it he was in 2, wasn't
He was in 2.
let me, since you asked.
But all the music's great, you said.
Oh yeah, great soundtrack. It's $25. There you go. I like the soundtrack so much that I've been listening to it while I work. So, yep, love it. Plus, you know a lot of the songs from 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the songs from all the mainline ones, but
I know a couple from 3, but not many.
yeah, 3's not that great. But yeah, great soundtrack. Good stuff. Love that game. So I played that, and also I've been playing. I didn't do my review yet, even though the embargo's up, because I didn't feel ready to do the review yet. But I've been playing a lot of Disney Illusion Island, the Switch exclusive Disney game made by the developers that did the newest Battletoad game. I forget their name, which I liked. I wasn't
playing
crazy
all
about
these
it.
for review? All of these are going to be reviewed by you eventually?
All 2 of them. Yeah, what are you talking
Oh,
about?
okay.
Double Dragon I did the review for, and Disney Illusion Island I am doing the review for. Yeah.
Do it.
And Pikmin, yes, you're right. Pikmin I'll be doing the review for.
Oh, baby.
So Pikmin is my priority right now, but I was playing Disney Illusion Island before that. But anyway, Disney Illusion Island, Switch exclusive, brand new game, 4-player local co-op if you want, Metroidvania. But there's one big difference. No combat.
What?
There are enemies you have to avoid, but no combat.
It's like Silent Hill Shattered Memories all over again.
So you get different abilities like double jumps and wall climbs and stuff like that. And there are enemies you have to dodge, and they're placed in unique ways. And there are boss battles, but basically the boss hurts themselves. You just have to avoid damage for most of the time. I'm still not sure how I feel about it.
Gosh.
Yeah, it sounds like that would take a long time to get used to.
I can't decide if I like it more than I don't like it, because I don't think it's bad, but I do miss interactions with enemies other than avoiding them. But it's, I understand why they're doing it, because it's a Mickey Mouse game and they're looking for, it's supposed to be like baby's first Metroidvania, basically. So eliminate the combat, introduce to Metroidvania.
If you're a Scottish lord, then I'm Mickey Mouse.
So I don't think it's a bad or a wrong decision. I'm just trying to decide personally how I feel about it. I do think overall I miss combat. If I could just jump on an enemy, I would be happy. But
yeah, a little jump on.
I am surprised.
We can't show Mickey Mouse committing acts of violence. Is that what it's about?
No, they just wanted to eliminate that aspect of difficulty, because there's been plenty of games where Mickey hurts people.
What rules, you
He
sons
throws
of
stars.
bitches?
I mean, Epic Mickey, he's erasing people from existence with a paintbrush. So. But as far as Metroidvania goes, it's good. It's fun. There's nice environments.
It's fun.
Music's really good, fully orchestrated. There's a heavy amount of cutscenes that are all hand-drawn, and all the actual voice actors are there. So they're, Mickey sounds like Mickey, and Donald's Donald. It's good as like an introductory Metroidvania. I think there's really something to it. And I'm sure Disney fans will adore it in general. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's great. I've played better Metroidvanias for what it's trying to be. I do enjoy it.
Are there any cutscenes where Mickey Mouse says, "What happened"?
Not yet. Not yet. So the game has Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald as playable. Who am I playing as?
I'm sorry, Mickey.
Well, I know you're not
Mickey,
playing as Donald.
Minnie,
Definitely
Goofy,
not.
and Donald.
Definitely not playing as Donald.
Goofy.
Gooby.
I bet you're playing as Minnie.
Minnie.
I'm saying Goofy.
I'm playing as Donald.
No way.
I love Donald Duck.
No one would have ever.
Love him. I
Wait,
know.
what?
You said you hate him.
I
He's
love
like the
Donald Duck.
Raphael of the group. What do you mean you love him?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because Raphael is important or like they're trying to save the world and stop people from getting killed. Donald's like talking about a sandwich with Goofy. There's no like, I get mad about a sandwich. That's funny. I don't care.
All right.
Almost played as Goofy. Goofy would have been my second choice, but yes, I am Donald. So
There you go.
Donald is angry all the time, which is funny because he gets angry about stupid stuff and it doesn't matter. So yeah, he's angry. And there's something funny in the game. There's this character that gives you your new abilities and it gives everybody a different item for that ability. So it's like, you know, you get this for double jump and you get this for a double jump. And every time he gets to Donald, he doesn't know what to give him. He's like, I don't know. You're too weird to figure out. So he gives him something like for everybody's wall jump, they get something cool, but Donald gets a plunger. And Donald's like, he doesn't say what the hell, but he's like, what the hell? Can I get something better than a plunger?
Nice.
So it's funny they get screwed over every time. I like that. But yeah, it's fun. It would be very interesting to play it 4-player because I've never played a local co-op Metroidvania before, and I honestly don't know how that would go. But I guess that also speaks to why combat's not in there because it would go smoother if there was no combat.
Yeah,
So,
I bet.
it would be interesting to play, but I got a bit more to do in that. But overall, I would say it's a nice game. If I was going to go number scores, which I don't, but for purposes of the podcast, I will. Right now, I'd say I'd give it about a 7. Give it a 7.
That's
But yeah.
pretty good for a game that you feel kind of indifferent about.
Well, again, my 1 through 10, 5 is it's a game. Just a game. 6 is there's a little bit here, something that I enjoy. 7 is, yeah, overall I enjoy this. 8 is like, oh, this is pretty good. 9 is like,
Ooh.
oh, yeah. And 10 is boner. So
There
you go.
How's the music in this?
very good. Music's a definite high point. It's fully orchestrated, all original.
cool.
And there's characters that are like in the background and stuff. And when you walk by them very faintly, you hear them singing along with the music. So that's cool. Nice little touch. But yeah, good music. Very, this is a stupid thing to say, but it's very Disney-esque.
Oh,
You know, that orchestrated Disney style. It's got that feel to it. Very whimsical and
that's what you want, though.
playful. Yeah, magical. Yeah, perfect. It's perfect. Character animations are great because all the characters are hand drawn. Really cool stuff. A style close to the Mickey shorts that you were referencing, but different. It's its own style, but
Oh,
definitely
okay.
inspired by that. So
I saw I must have seen images and thought they looked similar.
they are definitely similar, yeah. But Mickey, they're different. They're unique, but the developers have said they were very much inspired by that. So it's cool. It's cool. If you're a Mickey fan, if you're a Disney fan, I really think you'd like it. If you're a Metroidvania fan, it depends on how you feel about there not being combat.
If you hate having to fight enemies, this is the game for you.
Yeah, it is fun to platform around enemies and use your abilities. I appreciate that. I just wish you also had combat. But
If you liked Silent Hill, Shattered Memories.
yeah, 2 games. They're very alike. No comment in both of them. Both very family friendly. Go with both of them. Yep. I played Fortnite. Had fun in Fortnite. Don't need to say any more about that. Oh my god, I do. Last night I played Fortnite and we got destroyed by a team at the end of 4 benders because Futurama content's in there now.
Oh, that's right.
It was 4 benders, and there's one emote that they got. They all did the same emote at the end of the game. It was Zoidberg's claws that they're wearing, and it's just like the whole time. It was great. They all
Sounds like it was worth it.
it was 4 benders all doing that emote, and all 4 of them had found Bender's laser gun, which is in the game now, and they were using the gun to kill people. So they were
Man.
all out Futurama, and it was pretty funny to see. We couldn't be mad at losing to them because
Yeah,
it was great. So
Those are great.
but yeah, Fortnite's Fortnite. So there you go. Let's do questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
goninpod@gmail.com. They can be on Nintendo video games in general, whatever the hell you want. PT has a question this week. Pratt Trap. Hey gang, I'm listening to Webisode 879. 879, so long ago. where you discussed the Nintendo Direct with Super Mario RPG and Metal Gear Solid remakes. I have a question
Super
that's mostly for
Mario.
RMC. That's me. But I would love to have everyone's thoughts. That's you. RMC, you have been vocal
good.
about remakes not being of great interest to you. True. In another recent episode, you spoke about ROMs and game preservation. True. I believe you and I both agree that having games available on modern hardware is important for both game preservation and accessibility, such as the case with GoldenEye on Nintendo Switch Online. My question is this. What is the difference to you personally when it comes to bringing older games to modern hardware between releasing games in their original format, Switch Online collections, and remakes, where it may be polished with modern conveniences? I love the updated version of Final Fantasy VII, where it was mostly the original game with some modern tweaks like random encounter disabling and 2x speed, but everything else was the original experience. I personally love to see landmark titles brought to current gen in any form, as it allows their legacy to avoid being trapped in the past. Much peace and love to all, PT. Well, I'm glad you asked. PT, I agree. Final Fantasy VII, with quality of life enhancements, is fine by me. The game looks the same, albeit high def. The game plays the same, albeit with the option to tweak those settings. I appreciate it because the original game is there, preserved as it was. That's why I like that. Now, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I don't like that because that's taking the thing that exists and being like, here it is again, but with a whole bunch of stuff changed. And I'm like, well, now people probably won't care about the reason why it exists in the first place. Not for me. Not telling people they can't play it. But yes, GoldenEye on Switch Online, better frame rate. That's quality of life. Control concessions and stuff, quality of life. But you get GoldenEye as it was. You get all the stages, you get all the mechanics. You can do save states and rewind and all that. That's fine. Those are all there for you to use if you want. I will not use them. I don't think that they shouldn't be there. I think they should be there. My only thing, like I said, is you can play the game as it was originally made, intended, and played by people when it first came out. That's what I want. So there you go.
Yeah, that's great. I love all that quality of life stuff. The stuff in Final Fantasy VII, the running fast stuff, I used all the time. That was great. The quality of life. I would have never beaten Earthbound if I couldn't use a traditional save whenever I wanted to. So I love the idea of keeping it as close to the original as possible, but giving it all these quality of life upgrades. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, I like if it comes to, like a game on a Super Nintendo where there was slowdown and it comes to the Switch and there's no slowdown. I'm not like, this isn't how it was. That's how it was back in the day because they were pushing up against the limits of the system. It's fine if you take that out. Just like it's fine if the graphics are in HD now. Of course, the sprites are going to look to some people better. I don't need it to have, 240p graphics, and I'm not going to be like, it doesn't look like it used to. It looks exactly how it did back in the day. It's just we have a higher resolution now and better TVs or more capable, technologically advanced TVs. But again, the game is there as it was when it was played all those years ago. So that's what I like. I'm a gaming historian for my personal taste. I want the game as it was originally made, as it was intended, and as it was to inspire the remakes of today, because we wouldn't have these remakes if the original didn't wow people back in the day. You don't remake a game that nobody cares about. So that's me. You shared your thoughts, Kirby. Any thoughts to add to that?
No, I think you said everything.
MomBrain, you don't care?
I don't have an opinion.
Okay.
All right. Patreon question. Hey, MomBrain, did you know that you can join the Patreon?
For $1.
For $1. Jonathan did. Jonathan Higgins. As a longtime Master Higgins fan, am I the only one who feels like there's a real lack of cute dinosaur buddies in video games besides Yoshi? Gone are the days of cute rideable triceratopses that can roll into balls. Adventure Island 3 still being stuck on the NES is a crime. Adventure Island 3 did have cute dinosaurs, and I only played that once on a rental.
Oh, okay.
I've always wanted to go back and play that one. I remember it looking like a lot of fun. But sadly, isn't one of them a Metroidvania? Is that the one? think
one of
that-
the Adventure Island games?
Yeah,
Oh, I
the
didn't even know
second
that.
one adds dinosaurs, I believe, and then the
Yeah.
third one has the dinosaurs
Pick up
and it's a Metroidvania,
dinosaurs?
I think.
Oh, okay.
Didn't Star Fox Adventure have a little dinosaur?
It
Yeah,
did.
but I don't think you could ride on them. Or
He
could
was like
you?
a sidekick. I don't think you could ride on him.
Oh,
But he does say
you could do what
cute
Luke did and
dinosaur
just beat 'em with a
buddies.
stick.
You don't have to ride them. Just says a real lack of cute dinosaur buddies. So that counts. Yeah. Cute dinosaur buddies in video games now. Because games aren't cute anymore. Everything's got to be real serious and
Pikmin's cute
mature.
as hell.
Oh, yeah. But it's Nintendo. Nintendo's
Oh, I
always
gotcha.
the. What's the phrase?
Twee?
No, the objection to the rule. Oh.
The exception.
The exception. That's it. I knew that wasn't right when I said it. The exception to the rule. Yeah. Name another company out there doing cute dinosaur buddies.
like nowadays.
Nothing cute. It's Call of Duty. It's blood and guts. It's.
I was gonna say I'd be fine with like a super violent, gritty game where you also ride a cute dinosaur.
Hey, that sounds great. Yeah, that sounds fun. There's a game called Gory, Gori. There's a subtitle I don't remember, but it's a cute looking cat and it's like uber violent,
Oh, okay.
very bloody.
Give me that old doo-doo claw.
Ugh.
But yeah, we got to make sure all the bro gamers get their blood and guts and scantily clad women. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of those games. I'm just joking around. But it would. We're specifically talking about cute dinosaurs, and you clearly.
Do they even put like scantily clad women in games anymore? I feel
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah. I just saw a TikTok about one last night. That was crazy. But specifically,
Crazy
a lack of
horny.
cute dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I gotta agree. I can't think of many games with cute dinosaurs. I can think of games with dinosaurs.
Turok.
No cute
Dino
ones.
Crisis.
Because
No.
Exoprimal just came out like a couple weeks ago, and that's got lots of dinosaurs, but they are not cute. They're realistic dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park, the game. Yeah, I guess not.
Maybe when they're baby dinosaurs, they're cute.
I insist on being here when they are born.
See, Ice Dilber says Dig Dug. Yeah, those are cute dinosaurs, but Dig Dug was so long ago.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Dig Dug.
Well, there's
It's
some. There you go.
Dino
Somebody
City.
cornered the market on cute dinosaurs and games and bring them back. No, wait. A new Puzzle Bobble just came out.
Oh, okay.
The original
Bob and
cute
Bob.
dinosaurs.
Are they
We're good,
dinosaurs
people.
or dragons?
We're good. Oh, I never thought about that. I always thought they were dinosaurs.
I mean, I did too, but I. I
What
don't know.
shoots bubbles out of its mouth? Dinosaurs or dragons? That's a really good point. Are Bub and Bob drag? Can you look that up on Wikipedia?
I can look it up.
Thank you. Are Bub? Well, Bub and Bob are humans first off, but
That's
do
right.
they
They
get
were like-
transformed into
They were
dinosaurs?
human
or dragons?
children who were transformed into these creatures. right?
I think you're gonna. I think you're gonna be right. I think they're dragons.
Yeah.
Shooting those ketchup bottles at the big green guy. That was a great
Yeah, it
boss
says
fight.
they're two dragons.
Son of a bitch.
Oh man,
Dragons.
Dragons.
Double
What's
dragon.
Bowser?
Bubble dragons.
Bowser's.
Get it?
Miyamoto probably says he's a turtle or some
Kids
weird
might
crap
be
like that.
cute, you know?
Yeah, we were talking about double dragon. Now we're
Which-
talking about bubble dragon.
Which Koopa Kid is the cutest?
And there's not dinosaurs and animal crossing, right?
Iggy's pretty
Iggy?
cute.
I would go with Iggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No other takes there. Which Koopa Kid is? We're in agreement that it's Iggy,
Yeah, sure.
that's what.
cutest Koopa Kid.
Well, there's another one who kind of looks like Iggy, right? I gotta pull up my chart.
Yeah. There is.
I think we can all agree that's not Ludwig.
No, he's
No.
weird
Ludwig
looking.
Kaiser.
Him and Mort are probably the
Lenny-
ugliest.
Lenny.
Oh yeah,
There is a Lenny too, isn't there? There's a Lenny and a Lemmy,
No,
and a
No,
I think it's just Lemmy.
Lemmy.
there's a Lemmy.
Because they're all music related.
It's
Yeah,
music related. Okay, so there's Lemmy,
Lemmy.
There's
Iggy,
Wendy O.
Wendy
Lemmy,
O.
and Iggy. I guess are the two that look similar. One's smaller and has like different colored hair, right? And one has blue
yeah,
hair.
Yeah, one has blue hair and one has like rainbow hair.
What's the?
Or-
Yeah.
Or pink hair.
Cumulative says Bubble Braggin Guys, then Rise of the Braggin. Yeah, there you go. Hey, there's a cute dinosaur from Super Mario 64. What's his name? Plessy? Nessie? Plessy? Nessie?
What about Tessie?
Plessy?
Plessy. It's
Bussy.
Think of like plesiosaur.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. There they are. They're cute.
Oh, yeah.
Salamaster Link says Yoshi. Yes, Yoshi. We know Yoshi. All right, Mom Brain. You got any trivia for us, or just
No
music
trivia.
All right. Send your music to GoNintendo@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendo@gmail.com. We can't do music trivia without your music submissions. Please put music in the title to help out your local Mom Brain.
I got music. You
Dory.
it?
You want to hear it?
Oh.
I would be Nick. You're an asset to the podcast today. This has been great. Thanks for joining us. Dory is that creature's name. Yes. Plessy is Earthbound.
Oh, that's right.
Is there a Plessy in Earthbound?
What's the thing you ride in Earthbound called?
Isn't it
Oh, that's Tessie.
Tessie?
Tessie.
Yeah.
That's Tessie. Plessy is in Bowser's Fury, right? Isn't that Plessy?
Oh my God, there's too many of these things.
Yeah, yes, Super Mario 3D World. Yes, we have confirmation from Kurt Dog. Plessy, Bussy, Nussy. There's a picture for you, Colonel.
Oh no.
Draw
First
Bowser's
song
Bussy.
comes from Geku Kitsune.
Oh crap! I'm supposed to be. I'm not looking. Writing these down. All right, so it's a Game Boy game. Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. I know you won't believe it. Okay, so quality-wise, it makes me think first party.
It is first party.
And it also makes me think Wario.
It is.
When he's like stumbling around after he eats some weird thing. So Wario Land
Some
3.
garlic.
That's correct.
There we go.
It
Yeah, he like runs into a wall, or he's drunk or whatever.
is. It's Wario Land 3.
High on garlic.
Yeah, hate to see it, folks. That was from Geku Kitsune. This one comes from Stefan,
Or Kel?
perhaps.
This is Metroid Prime.
This is Fendrana
Yes.
Drifts again.
It is.
Yeah, this is some good stuff, though. They really nailed it.
Controversial statement, perhaps. I don't think Prime's music is all that great, but Fendrana Drifts is great.
It holds a real special spot for my heart, just because of when I play. It's like a sense memory thing for
Yeah.
me.
All right. Well, that was from Stefan.
I don't think it's bad. I just think it's not memorable.
Next song
Yeah,
comes
not-
from Guy Bones. Kirby, I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, not as memorable as like I don't know,
Super
Super
Metroid.
Metroid.
Oh my God, Piper has arrived.
She's got something to say. Oh, she be honking and beeping. All right.
What a good kid.
This one comes from Guy Bones.
Okay. Oh, now I don't know. So NES, I'm gonna guess.
No.
Game Boy?
Yes.
I don't think it's Double Dragon, but I want
It
to guess
is.
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon.
Wow.
That something about that. That sounds like Double Dragon to me.
Great
Same
job.
kind of instrument.
Man, you're good at this. You play video games?
And I've never played the second one on Game Boy. No.
Next.
Uh-oh, I think I screwed up.
Next one comes from Nico Darunia.
This is familiar. Okay, so this has to be Game Boy. Color?
Yes, Game Boy Color.
Something about the jazzy nature of it makes me think two things. Licensed?
It's other things, but it was a game first.
Oh, okay. I also think Capcom?
No.
Wrong on both.
Is it like Monopoly or something?
No.
Pokemon.
Yes.
Pinball.
Yes.
Wow.
Pokemon Pinball from
Four.
Nico Darunia.
4-4.
That had the kind of like a Chip and Dale's jingle.
That's
jangle
why
to it
I
kind
said
of a-
Capcom.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
I was thinking licensed
Beep,
Capcom.
beep,
You're right.
beep,
Right.
beep, beep.
Exactly where I was. Perfect.
Storbust Corvin sends us this one.
Oh, I know this. I mean, I want to guess Castlevania, and I know that's not it.
That's not it.
Switch, I'm guessing. Oh God, why do I know this?
Super Nintendo.
my god.
Demon's Crest.
Yes.
There we go.
It is Demon's Crest.
Great
Super
quality.
Nintendo.
We are 5 for 5, people.
This one comes from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks. It's over.
Streak's over. Is this licensed?
No.
I hate it. GameCube? What?
Yes.
Good quality for DS. Dylan's.
No.
Okay. Not first party.
No.
Thank
I don't
God.
think so.
If this was a first party song, I closed the site. It's gonna be first party now. Here it's a menu song. Elite Beat Agents.
No.
The world ends with you.
No.
Hotel Dusk.
No.
Up here.
You said Elite Beat Agents. You like that game?
Yeah, but menu. This could be like a menu song in this game. That steel drum, man. So out of place. Get back to Sunshine.
You never wanted to hear a hard rockin' steel drum song?
We got no guesses here?
I don't know.
Advance Wars Dual Strike.
Oh,
That is
really?
first party.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta
Wow.
close the site.
Wasn't it
They
right?
should be ashamed of themselves. Wow.
You couldn't figure out that it was. It seemed like
it
you had
was-
trouble.
Yeah, because it's like intelligent systems had something to do with
Just
it. And
ready. Whenever you go to Wikipedia, look by published by.
okay.
There you go.
This one comes from Fart Blossom.
I'm scared.
Got to be a rare game.
Yes.
Got that fart noise. So Banjo Kazooie,
No.
Banjo Tooie.
No.
What? What?
What?
Banjo.
Nuts and bolts.
No.
Donkey
Conker.
Kong.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Who's laughing?
that's Diddy.
That's
I
horrifying.
haven't played Donkey Kong 64 was one I played once as well. I've forgotten so much from that game.
Donkey Kong 64.
Great job.
Not a
Game
good one?
that no, it's a great one. Just
Oh, okay. I never played it.
it's the game that they shipped with the expansion pack because there was a game-breaking bug without it, and Rare didn't know how to make the game work without it. So Nintendo's like, "Oh, I guess we'll just bundle it with this thing, I guess."
Oh, and you had to pay for that otherwise, right? The expansion pack.
Yep.
Oh,
I remember
jeez.
that. I think what did I need it for? Like Perfect Dark or something. I think I needed it for.
I don't remember the games that needed it. Donkey Kong 64 was one of them.
needed it.
Did GoldenEye need one?
No.
Okay. What am I thinking of?
Wait a minute, Perfect Dark.
This
Sounds
one
right.
comes to us from Ask Me.
I don't like it either.
Oh, I remember this music because I remember being. I played this game and this music really annoyed me. If I'm thinking of the right game, is this Fantasy Life?
It is. Great job,
Man,
but
I
we're
played
going to
Fantasy
stop
Life
playing
and I
that
don't
music.
remember that song.
I was like, yeah, I think that's why I stopped playing. The music was so irritating.
New Fantasy Life coming out on Switch.
Oh, really?
This one comes
Only
from
that song though.
Jess I.
This has such an early 2000s vibe to it. I can't explain it. So I'm gonna guess GameCube.
Yes.
There you go. Now it also has a Sega vibe to it.
I'm gonna say that is correct.
So that leads me to one guess and one guess only. Billy Hatcher.
It is.
Man, you were good.
Boom.
And the last song, right?
I hated Billy
According to
Elliot.
my
That movie
numbers.
sucks.
This one comes from Mikey33.
Billy Hatcher was his middle name.
Mikey3319, who said he's very proud of your health, Rami.
Oh, thank you. I officially made it to my goal weight. I'm 160 pounds.
Woohoo!
From 3 something to 160. It's done. Now we do it all in reverse, baby.
Exactly what I thought.
Okay.
All right.
There you go, right.
This is the sound of the GBA.
No.
DS?
Nope.
What?
3DS?
Super Nintendo Entertainment
This is
System.
shocking for Super Nintendo. Gotta be licensed then.
It is.
This is so bad for Super Nintendo. All right. Please don't take offense. Girl license.
What does that mean?
Like a traditionally Barbie.
It's Barbie.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Barbie.
I didn't mean it offensively. I knew that back in the day, they're like, it's a girl game. Let's give them a real stupid song.
Barbie Vacation Adventure. And she's sitting with her legs crossed on top of a couple of traveling trunks, ready for an adventure.
Nice.
We got 9 out of 10, guys. We almost had a
Hey.
perfect one. But
Nice
I'll take
job,
it.
everybody.
Well done.
6 out of 9 it is.
That's how games were treated, or girls were treated back then in gaming.
I mean, it's not too different.
What music do girls like? How about duh, 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 and then let's
Well, when
loop
you
it
sing
forever.
it like that, of course it's going to sound bad.
Anything for us, do? Anything come across your
Oh
desk?
my goodness. This is a highly irregular thing to come across the desk. Deux Views. It's never news. Rumor of the week starring Deux Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a crazy rumor this week. So crazy. This one, actually, you know what? This one turns out to be true. It doesn't happen often. This is a true one. We're going to call it a trumor. So this is a good one. So, so remember earlier when Grubb called out the Zelda game and got it right, the two or the oracles of
That
sages.
is one hell of a way to remember what happened, because I would say no, I don't remember it like that. But go on.
Well, he's struck again. He's nailed it again. So Grubb said that there's a quote wonderful game featuring a quote Mario brother who's super coming before the end of the year. So so we don't know what that could be.
I
Sounds
wonder
pretty
what it'll
exciting.
be.
Sounds pretty exciting. So thanks, Grubb, again for knocking it out of the park with things we didn't know about.
I trust him.
So-
He's in the know. His sources have told him. So, I mean, I guess we'll just have to take his word for it. And at some point this year, I guess we'll see something. Thanks for sharing that very inside information.
No problem.
You forwarded me an email.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to save this for
We
next
just
week.
have to wait and see.
It is about you, Josh. We'll do it next week. Yeah, apparently
Oh.
somebody caught Josh Grobot on his world tour.
Oh no.
I mean,
And I
Should we-
recorded a little bit of it. No, teaser
Okay.
for next week.
All right.
Tune in next week, everybody. Also, thanks, Nick, for I would be Nick. Thanks for joining Patreon. They joined for $1. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Billy.
And that's all we got. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
What do you got, MomBrain? Give me something. Give me a little after show.
I finished that book, Legends and Lattes, or Lattes and Legends. I forget which way it is. Oh, and it was made by somebody who was a game developer, actually. Let me look it up.
Cumulative seeing like your tally of us getting the songs right is awesome, but that damn one red X there is killing me. Oh God. Thank you, Blinded. Thank you, Cumulative. Thank you, Retsuza. That's great. Retsuza tells me Irish slang for well done is fair fucks.
Fair fucks.
Well, fair fucks to you too, my friend.
So it was written by Travis Baldry, who, according to Google Books,
Never heard of it.
is a full-time audiobook narrator who lent his voice to hundreds of stories. Before that, he spent decades designing and building video games like Torchlight, Rebel Galaxy, and Fate.
Wow, Torchlight. That's a big one.
Well, there you go.
Blinded by Daylight. I did watch your most popular video from last week. I put it on my second monitor while I was working, and I was blown away, honestly, by the amount of detail you put into that thing. That's crazy. And I went to the comments to see, like, is this just crazy because I'm unfamiliar with this? But all the comments were saying basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
and it's cool to see it
that's
all
really
come
impressive.
together. You know, you're like, how is this going to end up looking like anything like we know by the end?
Yeah. Anastasia Beaverhausen says, I read the Sunbearer Trials this week, which was fab. If you enjoy the Hunger Games or Percy Jackson, you should give it a read. There you go, MomBrain.
All right.
Oh, of course, Blinded. Thanks for sharing and congratulations on your success again. Much more in the future. I started reading that. I went back to Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I've been reading it.
Oh, how are the descriptions going?
No lie.
Pretty descriptive.
The first chapter I went back into had half a page description of something they had already described. I was like, I remember this from the first time. It made me mad. It's about this guy's apartment. And we went right back into a description about the windowsill. And I was like, nope, gonna push through. So I read 2 more chapters.
I don't know. I heard the windowsill did it. So you better pay
Spoiler!
attention.
We'll see what happens at the end.
It probably pays off in the end. Yeah.
Bachi says, MomBrain, do you like survival storybooks?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan, but I'm always interested in a good adventure.
Okay, there you go. From the woman
you
herself.
guys went to see Barbie last week. What did you think of the movie?
Loved it.
Incredible.
I cried. MomBrain cried. Our other friend cried. It was very good.
And you said that it was like packed too. Like you couldn't even get a parking spot.
There was.
Oh my god!
We got the last
nuts.
3 seats together in the theater.
It was packed. Yes. My cousins are going to see it today, and
they're doing Barbenheimer.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh man, that's tough.
It's
a long day of theater.
No, they're fine. They went to go see Oppenheimer at 10:30 in the morning. They're seeing Barbie 9 at night.
Oh, okay.
Go home and sleep.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they're
You
seeing
need,
Barbie
like,
at
a
night
palate
because
cleanser.
they literally couldn't get any other tickets than the 9 showing. Everything was already sold out.
I saw a matinee with my girlfriend on Thursday.
What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good.
You didn't cry?
Not really.
Not really. That's an interesting answer because it means you kind
Seems
of
like
did.
you cried a little bit. Yeah.
Is it a no or a yes?
I honestly don't remember crying, but I don't know. It takes a lot to get me to tear up at something nowadays.
Nowadays, I tear up at anything. I never would cry. I mean, I cried at a TikTok this morning. I don't even know what the heck I'm crying about.
Oh, what was it?
It was stupid. The guy walks into an empty house that's like dilapidated and like cuts that with like photos of old people in the 70s in those rooms. And I
mean,
like
that's
I didn't know.
tough.
And there's like
No.
a sad song in the background. They could still be alive, these people.
That's
I
not
just-
stupid. That's made
I
to
was
get.
like dying.
It's like
That's
nostalgic.
made to get the tears out of you.
It was
Yeah, I
so-
think that's fine.
It was stupid. But anyways, forgive me. I am interested in what you think of the movie. Please tell me.
Oh, the Barbie movie? Yeah, it was fine.
Well, it was not made for you, so it can be fine for
Wait
you.
a minute.
Yeah, well, that's the point I was gonna make. I'm not the target audience for this movie.
You're the target
But I
audience
thought it
for
was-
every other movie
but
in the
I-
history of time.
I thought it was great.
We get
though.
one movie. I know,
So,
because you're an Allen.
spoiler alert: you can't. Don't jump on Kirby. That's inappropriate.
Now
I'm not jumping on Kirby. I'm jumping on the male. Gender.
I got
Yeah, if
bad
I-
news for you.
Yeah, if I said
Kirby
anything
is a
wrong, I
male.
apologize.
No, you didn't say anything wrong.
well, I have some questions, but maybe I should wait till after we're not broadcasting to the world. Just in case I put my foot in my mouth asking
Okay.
stupid
Your
questions.
decision. Kurt Duck says, "Have you guys ever thought about doing a podcast as a panel at a convention? I think you guys would love going to something like MagFest with all the concerts they put on. I have been offered to be on panels, and I have been offered panels as well. But I have terrible stage fright, so I have declined all of them. And there's the truth. It took everything I had in me to do the podcast party we did all those years ago. I was getting up on the podium and on the microphone. Oh my God, I was sick about that for weeks before then. And I can go up there and you wouldn't think anything is wrong at all. I know I can hide it perfectly fine, but my God, I was a wreck. It makes me so nervous. So there's your real answer.
Water.
If we were to do a panel, maybe I'd just sit off to the side and somebody else would lead the way. You know what would be really funny? Nikki Hill leading it. Because there would be a show we'd
But you
all
would
remember.
be nervous for him. Like you'd be like, oh God. Like, would it be any easier?
I would, but I would feel better. Be like, don't blame me. It sucked. It's his fault.
Yeah,
long
you
as
could
you
like
don't-
stream in from a laptop.
As long as you don't have any sponsors, then he should be fine.
It's a great point. It's a great point. All right, everybody. That's what we got for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I think it was a nice one. I think we had a nice time. And that's all we got. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest. Relax. You deserve it. And we'll see you next week. This time, this place. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Later, Gators.
And